better? I don't know if that's any better. I don't think it is. It was sounding better before it went on here, so I don't know, man. This is quite the mystery here. There we go. It's gonna be a little tinny, I guess, but let's hope it sounds better than it did, I guess. I don't know what to do. There we go. Is that better? Does it sound better now? I feel like it might, but I feel like it also kind of doesn't. So let's... Should we overload the one side? No. All right, let's go to this side. We just power the mic up, I guess. I don't fucking know. There. We're going to just talk like that. Let's see what happens. I don't know, man. Look. Ooh, there we go. I think I fixed it. I think I just got it. Sounds a little better, if I'm being honest. Let's go over to this screen here and see if we fixed it. I don't know if we fixed it. I can't tell. I don't really care. I think we did. It sounds alright to me. If not, whatever. Alright, look. I don't know what's happening. I don't pretend to know what's happening. I'm just trying to do this for me and get this shit going down. Let's see here. I wonder if it's that. It might be. Hold on. Normal, normal, normal. Mixate, no. Normal, there we go. Normal mode. Alright, well, I think we got it fixed. I think it's better sounding at least. I don't know if I'll be able to fix it much better than this on the fly, but you know what? Good to know. I feel like we came a little bit better here. Everybody's ejaculating more on pace for whatever the fuck they have to do, I guess. It's really weird. But, you know, look. This show is not going to be perfect. I don't have a pop stop. I don't have a windscreen or whatever. And you know what I don't have anymore? I don't have any planned stuff. Nothing else. It's really funny. Like, I reset the computer and I lost all my links. My Chrome is gone, you guys. My Chrome is fucking gone. So, ooh. Thank you for the cheers. That's super awesome. Let's see if we can't alert that alert box more. It's gonna be a weird one already, you guys. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. There is there desktop audio? There's no desktop audio coming through. All right, here, hold on. We're gonna.
Damn it! How?
I can hear it. We're fine. We can hear that, right? Yeah, perfect. All right, let's start. What up, Bly Dog? What's going on? Hello. It's better now? Okay, so we fixed it, right? All right, cool. So let's start this all over and just pretend that everything worked great. Here we go. This is the new intro screen, maybe? This is the new audio. We're doing pretty good, I guess. So here we go.
Microphone upon his hip. He did suffer fools and he never took no lip. And after serial libertarian, then he came to talk some shit he said.
All right, and we are go for launch of this crazy. Oh man, those sound effects. Crazy thing, right? Yeah, what up? Now I hear Newton. You don't hear anything? You're fucking around now. Now you're fucking around with me, dude. I'm trying to fix this fucking audio, and you're over there fucking around with me. This is why people hate pit bulls, Mikey. It's because of people like you doing shit like that. I'm going to try to rebuild the whole show list on the fly here because I had to cancel it out because I am a dipshit. So, sorry about that. But, you know, on the bright side, at least I know exactly where I was. So that's real nice. That intro is awesome. Thank you. Yeah. That is Cream of Jeans Studios. That's one of my buddies, Brian's studio. We do a lot of stuff out of there. Yeah. Oh, there you are. It was muted. So you're sitting here telling me I have bad audio and you've just had it muted. That's what we're going with, you piece of shit. I should have expected this out of you. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about today. The main thing that I wanted to start out with was it's going to be a little UFC heavy. Sorry about that, but John Jones, man, John Jones got arrested fucking again. This dude just cannot stop fucking losing, man. It's seriously, it's humorous at this point. Like, I'm not even like, I feel bad, I guess, but man, it's just super fucking good. Yeah. But I'm using a shitty soundbar for a monitor sound. Okay, good. Well, no, it's fine as long as it sounds better. It just, there was something, I think what happens is I have to reset my computer after the shows because I think it locks down the audio when I'm on here for 3 hours and it's just like, you know, it's like lagging up, and the mixer that I'm using is free, and it works real well, but I think it just, like I said, I think it just needs a little bit more. Yeah. What else? We got the John Jones stuff, which I'm loading up right now. The main funny part about that, too, is for John Jones, is he got arrested, and there's already prop bets happening right now, which is super funny. And if you don't know what a prop bet means, that just means people are pushing money on the side to just gamble for the sake of gambling. And a bunch of the prop bets, I have a list of them here, but John Jones will be stripped of the title. So if you don't know who John Jones is, I guess we got to start out there. John Jones is the light heavyweight champion of the world in UFC. And he's a guy who nobody's ever beaten. He lost a fight, but his fight that he lost was from an illegal elbow that he threw on a downed opponent in a fight that he was handling. The last 2 or 3 fights, you could say, I guess, he rode through Gustafsson. Thiago Santos was a very close fight, and this last one against Dominic Reyes was very close. So you could argue that he's not really, you know, he's on the way down or whatever. But the thing that's so funny about this guy is that he's gone through jail. He's tested positive for steroids. He used to hide underneath the ring. And him and Daniel Cormier talking shit to each other was legendary. I mean, the thing that those motherfuckers said to each other during the lead up. And Daniel Cormier is one of my favorite. That is a heavyweight and light heavyweight champion. And he and John Jones just talked the most shit. I mean, let's see if we can find an interview with that. Because when they were interviewing, like, it was just so funny. Like, it's just, you can't even, let's see. Let's clue you in.
In no way, shape, or form will ever say that you have to go to film school to be a filmmaker.
Shut up, Spike Lee. Nobody cares. Oh.
Well, I guess I think everybody wants to hear from Johnny Bones Jones, it sounds like. This is finally here after everything that's happened, what it means to you to finally have this fight, and what guarantees you can make that the fight's still going to happen.
Yes. Dallas, how's you guys doing? How you guys doing?
This is not.
I got to ask you, John, talking about getting back what you
lost. I thought it was. I will find the better one here in a sec as I'm talking to you. But yeah, it's ridiculous that this guy who's been in trouble the whole time and everybody's trying to make, oh, you got to be nice to him and you got to, you know, give him the benefit of the doubt. This guy's like having a clean start, and we love redemption stories. This guy's just a prick. And Daniel Cormier really exposed that a lot. I mean, it's pretty great. Like here, I think, and I mean, they fought during a lead up. I mean, there was some really funny shit between these two.
DC, please. DC, this is a huge fight for a lot of different reasons, but put the rivalry aside and all the emotion and all that. Talk about what this fight means to you for your legacy, because a lot of people think it all boils down to this. No matter what you've accomplished in 2 weight divisions, if you don't beat John Jones, history won't be kind to you and how you stand in all time.
Well, I mean, I think in time, the result of one fight will not overcome everything I've done in this sport. But the reality is, for me, I do need to win this fight, because if you look at all the things that I've done in my career, I've done it all outside of beating John Jones. It's the last thing for me to do, and yeah, it's very important. I need to win this fight on Saturday night as much as anybody else sitting up here.
Thanks, DC.
That's not
For you,
funny
John,
trash. Okay, so look, there's a bunch of funny trash talk, but this is a YouTube video called Funny Trash Talk. That's on me. I mean, I had these links prepared till everything fucked us on the audio. So I'm gonna write a letter to metered voice meter banana. I mean, that's on me, right? I shouldn't have trusted a thing called voice meter banana, but whatever. But the real thing, the real story here is that John Jones, this guy fucking got in trouble again. And like, this one's bad. Cause like, there's camera footage of him fucking drunk as fuck. Like, oh man, it's so great. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring you over to that thing. But the main thing, like, so, man, I'm all over the place today. This radio thing is weird, even though it's just on Twitch. This fucking with the audio got me a little bit frazzled. So now I'm in my frazzle window doing my frazzle dance. So I wanted to start out with this John Jones story because we were going on prop bets. So before we get to the video, we should finish talking about the prop bets. But these are prop bets right now. Yeah, you like that, don't you? These are the prop bets currently going. It's all good now, bro. Focus. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm trying to fucking focus. But like, in my head, it's like, oh shit, can they not hear me again? Did it go? What's happening? And I have this like bar. I'll show you guys actually. I'm not gonna fucking illusions of whatever. Right here is just a bar of stuff that I wanted to talk about. And I had stuff picked out. I was doing my homework all day. I even got this sweet layout. I mean, like, look at this shit, dude. This is way better. Oh, I know. No, I know I'm not worried about it, but it's like I got like this rhythm that I was in, and it completely took me out of my rhythm because now I just kind of don't know where I'm going to go. And I'm sure as you've seen in all these shows, they're real tight. They're razor tight. There's nothing you can do. There's no empty space. It's just an engineering marvel of production, but whatever. Okay, whatever. So the thing that we're going to talk about here is the John Jones shit and the prop bets, right? So like, one of the prop bets is, will John Jones be stripped of the title belt before the end of 2020? It's 550 against yes, 350 for no. So by the end of this year, will he be stripped of that title belt? And I bet he's not. I think that I would go not, because they'll do everything they can to give him the belts. The other one is, will John Jones be arrested again before the end of 2020? And that is 150 down or over 110. So the eyes have it. If you want to bet yes, you're getting it at 1.5, which is whatever. Will John Jones spend a night in jail before the end of 2020? The odds are negative 140 yes, plus 100 no. Will John Jones fight in the UFC again before 2020? Plus 300 yes, minus 500 no. And these are just the kind of fun things you can mix around, but the video is pretty fucking hilarious. Like, here, let's look at the video. Let's lean in. Let's calm down. Let's get this on. Here we go.
Let me start over. I wasn't counting. I have ADD. I get punched in the head for a living. Please.
Let's start over. This is him, I think, trying to walk the sober line at that point. But like, dude, he has ADD. Let's start over.
Let me start over. I wasn't counting. I have ADD. I get punched in the head for a living. Please, hold on. Sir.
Do you have any questions about the test?
No. But my memory is like always, like, my short-term memory is really bad.
Okay.
People don't know that about me, but it's really bad. It's really bad.
Okay, sir, so you were telling this officer you were planning on driving, or what exactly happened?
Yeah, well, I got stir crazy, and I got pulled over being nice.
Okay.
Being nice to the homeless people.
He got pulled over just being nice. Just being nice to the homeless people.
Officer Brown heard that you had already driven around the block, or?
No, I literally just got stir crazy. I just wanted to have a drive. It was my first drive in 2 weeks.
Okay.
I saw these homeless guys. I was being nice to them, having conversation with them, treating them like humans.
Okay. And you said you had short-term memory loss. Sometimes you get punched in the head.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you're gonna recite the alphabet, starting with the letter E.
Oh,
As in
E.
Edward.
Yes, sir.
Ending with the letter P as in Paul.
F, G.
Do you have any questions about the test?
No, sir.
Can you start the test now?
E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, H.
Okay.
E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P.
Okay. All right, John, go and turn around. So I do have to place you under.
Yeah, lesson learned. Never be nice to homeless
You
people.
get a chance to write a breath sample on stuff we get done at the Prison Transfer Center. Okay, hold on, John. Okay, I'll give you some handcuffs, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, John, can you open your mouth, please?
Yes, sir.
Put your tongue up. Is there anything in your mouth?
No, sir.
Okay.
I love you guys so much. I actually wanted to get this house when I grew up. Would you guys just allow me to get up my hoodie? Please?
When we get done there, I'll let you do it, okay?
Yes, sir.
And just so you know, I have my lapel camera on, okay?
Yes,
So
sir.
everything's recorded. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so-
I just got you off the hoodie. Please,
Why do you
please.
need to take it off?
Just because my anxiety gets so bad.
Yeah, man, when we get to the transfer center, because you're already
It's just
handcuffed,
a
so
few
it'll be a
minutes
pain.
away. Yeah.
All right, come on, John, look at this one.
Please, guys. Just let me put on my hoodie. I just want to put up the hoodie.
All right, let's do it. Okay, we'll take it out, John, all right? Yeah.
All right, John, we'll take it off. City of Albuquerque. God. They're all just responding to fucking a hero. A local fucking hero.
I just want you guys to feel comfortable. Family, man. So scared for my family.
Like I said, everything's recorded, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Move on your back, please. Okay, hold on, John.
Hey, is everything slower because of the coronavirus or what?
Sorry, what?
No, it's been pretty busy. Everything's been going fast. It's busy, yeah. You want to be with my
Window seat.
Yes, sir. If it's not too much, could you roll down the window?
Oh, of course.
Jesus. Like, are you kidding me? I get that he's John Jones, but man.
This is yours, okay?
I don't even get that treatment when I'm riding with my grandparents. Hey, can I take off this hoodie? Nah, keep your fucking hoodie on. Can I roll down the window? Nah, keep the window rolled up. But that, I mean, like, that's the difference between being arrested when you're famous and being arrested any other time. I mean, that's pretty fucking crazy. And they ended up finding, like, a gun or, like, some other stuff underneath his car or in his car. And he had, like, a long history of, like, run-ins. I mean, he's been arrested 2016, 2018, and now 2020. So every 2 years, John Jones gets to be thrown in the clink again. So it's kind of interesting because the only person that can stop John Jones is John Jones. And that's, I mean, I guess it's just kind of sad, but I mean, like, man, I cannot believe this dude has had, like, 2 second chances, 3 second chances. It's fucking crazy. Like, why would anybody fucking do that shit? It's fucking insane, right? Because, like, you get 1, maybe 2 fuck-ups in your life. That's sure. You know, like, it's fucking weird. It's whatever it is. But, like, man, to have that fucking second, like, I don't know how he got out of the first one, right? Like, I have no idea. And the second one, it's like, I don't even know how we got to there. It's fucking crazy. And now he's all like, hey, can I just take off my hoodie? It would be just a lot of help if I could just take off my hoodie. It's like, what the fuck is taking off your hoodie gonna do? And then he's like, oh man, I wanted to be a police officer when I grew up. It's like, stop kissing up to them, John. That's not gonna make anything better. You're not gonna, like, you're not famous enough to get away with that, because if you were, they wouldn't have arrested you in the first place. That's just how it is. So, I mean, it's sad to see, but it's just what it is. Here we go. We are going to call a friend of mine right now.
Oh wait, I'm not on speakerphone, am I?
No, you're on air.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. It's nice
Good.
to hear your voice. It's nice
Yeah.
to communicate with somebody.
I know, right? How isolating does
Yeah.
it feel?
I've it's I gotta tell you something. Okay, you're from Minnesota,
I am.
and you spend the winters in Minnesota,
Mhm.
and usually in winter in Minnesota, I don't see people till May. And so I feel like I've seen way more people. I've had contact with way more people than I've ever had at the end of winter before. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, just like everybody's like trying to squeeze it in before the lockdown goes down?
I just feel like people are home
Yeah.
and they're actually saying hello because we might die. And then they're like, they're getting like stir crazy, so they're going for a lot of walks. So I see a lot of people out. So I'm like, yeah, I've actually had more human contact in isolation than on a regular basis.
Okay. How are
Yeah,
you
it's
like so
weird.
for those of you that don't know, this is Mary Mack. She is
Hi,
one of
I
my
jumped right in.
she is one of my absolute favorite comics in the Twin Cities.
Thanks,
And
Corey.
her husband Tim is also a fucking national jewel. Like, how are you guys doing? Are you guys okay? Like, I mean, how is the like effect? Because I know like it's really weird to think financially for all of us that our occupation just got fried. Like it doesn't
Yeah,
exist.
right. Well, let me tell you what's saving me right now. Well, I had been putting aside money to remodel a pole barn.
So
So
you're being saved by pole barn money?
I'm just living off my pole barn money right now. It's true. I'm just like, God, well, I mean, it's happened to me every time I've ever tried to save up for something. I end up using it just to live. But I
Okay.
mean, that's a lot of people weren't putting money away for a pole barn. So I kind of that was a little accident that is really coming in handy right now. But
Do you
yeah,
think the
I don't
lesson you've
know.
learned
I
is
don't
to
know what's
never
gonna
spend your
happen.
pole barn money?
I know. I think it is. I think it is. Cause I mean that's just a it doesn't it, that's just a really that's like a proverb to live by.
Sure.
Never spend your pole barn money.
Yeah.
There
Wise men
on the,
say, he who
you
has
can
pole barn money will never be unemployed.
yeah, or you can pry my pole barn money out of my cold dead hands.
She's real big on her pole barn amendment rights.
Yeah, so I mean like yeah, I just cuz I make all my money for the year as a comic in February, March, April, May. So that's my main money because I do like I do a lot of it sounds goofy, but a lot of holiday parties happen late or like company
Yeah.
parties. They do because it's so hard to get the venues in November and December. So
What's
yeah.
the last gig you remember working?
Well, it's pretty longer ago than most people. So I did my last gig was in Arizona on February 21st. So, but I did the next week I did a foot deodorant commercial. So,
What?
yeah, so that was
So
my
you
last
so you
paid
basically
gig.
squirreled away pole barn money and deodorant commercial money. That's it.
That was a Facebook ad, so it wasn't really much money. I
That's
mean,
better than
maybe,
getting no gigs.
yeah, but that was just that was in February. So then everything in March was canceled for various reasons, and Yeah, April's all canceled, and I'm like, I wonder what's gonna happen with May, 'cause that
Have you had any
just
May dates cancel already?
not yet. They're holding off,
Yeah.
and I'm like, well, that's very positive of you. Just I'm like, wow, these optimists. I'm like, that's amazing. 'Cause if it were my event, I'd be like, you know how tired people are all gonna be, just mentally, physically, emotionally exhausted. It's gonna be a real, like the first comedy show you have, it will either be coming back will either be so easy or so hard. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like it'll be one or the other.
Have you done any of those like social distancing mics or anything like that?
No, I don't
Seems
want to
weird,
do.
right?
I guess I need to because I'm getting rusty, but I I just I just haven't been able to do that right now. I haven't like I shower like every 3 days. I look like shit. I don't really want to put that on a camera right now.
You're like, all right, I'm gonna do this, but no cameras. All right,
Yeah.
turn off all the
Yeah.
lights. I'm
Yeah,
telling jokes in the dark.
yeah, I would do that. Like when you said it's audio, do you record these then for your podcast
Yeah,
or how
these
do
are
you
just
do it?
live stream. It's a live stream show that I do on Twitch. We're live right now.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I
See,
like
I'm
for me,
learning
it's like I didn't
about.
have any like because comedy was my main thing, and before that I was a server, so I don't really have a profession to go back to. I'm like a income orphan. Like I just like I made
Yeah.
a joke about how I'm like the only person that regrets not getting his history degree.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I guess my other one, my profession before this was teaching clarinet lessons. I guess I could have done that online, maybe. I'm not sure. Just, I don't know. People are figuring it out. Like, there's whole bands that are each playing their part or their instrument on some, like, Zoom call or whatever,
Yeah.
and then recording those. But, I mean, I don't have the technology to have mics and I don't know all what you would need, you know?
My buddy Mikey says hello and to ask you about your Hulu show.
Oh, yeah. Okay, thank you, Mikey. That's cool. It's like a radio show.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is.
Um,
It's like a radio Twitch cast. I don't know, like I haven't thought of a name of it because like I wanted to do like visual radio, but it was already taken. And like I don't know,
yeah.
like you ever like come up with a name and then you kind of fall in love with it, and then when you find out it's taken, you just kind of slump around for a while. You're like, oh.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's happened to me. So when I want to find your site, how do I find it?
Well, it's
You just
Corey
go on
Adam Comedy
Twitch?
on
Because
Twitch.
I'm afraid
Otherwise,
it'll.
for this one, what we do with these is afterwards they're on YouTube, so you can find them on YouTube.
And then it's just a picture of you talking.
Yeah, well, I'm live on
Or
camera.
a picture of
I have a
you.
live webcam, and then there's a picture of you that I'm using right now, which is just your Facebook profile.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so like, it's pretty cool. Like yeah, Doima says I should call it Corey's Super Awesome Fun Time Show. No, we're not going that way.
Wait, I forgot to talk about my cartoon.
Oh yeah, no, hold on. We'll get back to that. I just got these people are donating. Thank you for donating bits and stuff. That's super awesome. Yeah, go ahead, Mary. Go.
Okay, it starts on May 8th on Hulu, and I was like waiting because I was like maybe Hulu will give me a free passcode because I can't afford to buy a Hulu passcode now
You can't
to
even afford to
watch.
watch your own
I
show.
can't.
You're like, man, I
I
hope they let me
can't.
view the finals after I'm done with editing notes.
I know, I know. I'm like, these guys are all gonna be like, oh, what did you think of it? And I'll be like, what did you think of it? I don't know. So it's called Solar Opposites, and I
Matt
play
Doima
an
says he'll share his
alien.
password with you.
Oh my God, thank you so much. I've been trying to trade people my PBS passcode in exchange for their Hulu passcode.
No takers?
Nobody's really taken me up on it.
In my head, like you just bought it, you watched 2 animal documentaries and America in color, and you're like, all right, now I got to trade this out for a
Yeah,
Hulu
you
membership.
know, that's how I try to get them too. I'm always like, do you like animals? And I'm like, what about corsets, huh? And it's just like, no, nobody. So yeah, I mean, I probably should get Hulu, but because also the Twins are on there still, I think. I think Fox Sports North is on there still.
I don't think anybody's playing anything right now. I almost called the Twins
Oh,
football.
right.
I almost just said I don't think anyone's playing football
You're
right
so
now.
rusty. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so I got like another year before I have to buy
Yeah, you gotta no. You can pick and choose where you want to trade this. You can go wherever you want.
Yeah, I got plenty of negotiating time. Um, yeah, anyway, so it's just 4 aliens and I'm pretty sure the other cast members get a whole lot more money than I do because they already have TV shows.
Okay.
And but I don't know. Maybe somebody will see it and ask me to audition for something else, and maybe I'll get something off of that. I make more money doing corporate gigs than I do doing this cartoon.
Yeah.
And what a lot of people don't know is when you go, like originally we were supposed to be on Fox, which is amazing because then you get so many your royalties are bigger than your paychecks.
Mm-hmm.
And I had another cartoon before this where I got like this magic check in the mail. And I was like, what's that? Did they make a mistake? You know, and it was royalties. Like your royalties add up so fast. And for this, when it's digital, you don't get that. You don't get it off, even though Netflix and Hulu are like the most
So is it
viewed
like a lump?
platforms.
So it's like a lump sum at the beginning, and then you get no royalties for how many plays it gets.
It's basically the same as what you would get for. It's not good. So
Okay.
so yeah, which brings me back to the pole barn money. So yeah.
Everybody
So
thought you were damn crazy for saving up for that pole barn, but
Yeah,
here you are.
yeah. I know.
We had somebody in chat asking where you're from.
I was born, well, my folks are from Duluth, and then I grew up over little south of Superior, Wisconsin, by Danbury, Webster area, in Wisconsin.
Good old
So-
Danbury. I'm familiar with their St. Croix casino.
Oh, yeah. They're,
That casino might honestly have the worst buffet I've ever had.
oh, I can't say anything. I can't. I'm like a community representative.
I like it. I like the place. It's great.
Yeah. well, I have to tell you, as a local, and to you know, we used to have this little tiny casino. Everybody was so upset. It was called Hole in the Wall Casino. I just did a Facebook post 2 posts ago about it, actually.
Yeah.
And the locals were so sad when that went away. And then
When did that go away?
oh, it was almost 10 years ago now, I
Okay.
think. Yeah, at least 10 years ago now. I can't even believe it. Because I did the first opening show at St. Croix Casino, and I'm
Did you work
pretty.
with Chuck Androsky?
No, they booked it through me, and I will tell you, I made about $2,600 more than what you guys are getting paid to do that show now. So just FYI.
That's amazing and angering.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, it might even be more than that, because it's
Because they knew you had pole barn money and you weren't coming unless they matched your pole barn money.
Yeah. Well, we did 2 big shows and we packed it out. So I mean, it was a good way to open the casino and you know, celebrate something new coming in. But it's just sad to see the comics making so little money on that gig. And you know, I'm sorry if Chuck listens to your show, but it's just not very fair.
I'm sure he doesn't, because he hasn't talked to me in like 2 years.
Yeah, it's
He got
okay.
mad at me because he had a follow-up date on a Thursday, which is when
Yeah.
Sisyphus is.
Yeah,
And I was like, hey man, I don't know if I'll be able to do this. I can call around and ask.
yeah.
And then he's like, okay, cool. And so I called around and asked, and then I called back and it went to voicemail. And then I was like, okay. And then I didn't leave a message, which is on me. But then like he hits me up at like 7:45 and he's like, where are you? I'm like, I'm at Sisyphus. He's like, you didn't decide to call me? I'm like, I called you. You didn't pick up. I don't know what you want from me. I told you that I never confirmed to the date or anything, you know? And
Yeah.
I
Okay,
told
but
him I led with the fact that I was already booked.
Oh my God.
And
Yeah,
then he
this
got
is
super mad at me, and he's like, you really put my nuts in a vice here, Corey." And he's got that weird cadence,
yeah,
that Andrasky like
yes,
really did this.
yes. So so your listeners are learning how crazy the comedy bookers are.
Oh,
Be-
I mean, Chuck
yeah.
Androsky, I love that man to death just because, like, he's such a character. I remember one of the first or second times I ever worked at Danbury, right? This was right after Black Bear stopped doing comedy.
Yeah.
And so, because, like, when I went to Blackberry, it was always with the Wednesday people on Joke Joint's roster,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So, like,
Yep.
when it went to Danbury, and I think Danbury was doing this on, like, Tuesday at that point.
Mm.
And,
Yeah.
God, who the fuck was I with? Bob Larson. It was me and Bob Larson.
Yeah. Fun.
And Bob is a really salty dog sometimes. And I love Bob too. And Bob was always very nice to me coming up, so I'm not going to talk shit about him. But Bob was a very salty dog, and he was really like something like one of his divorces or something. Bob. I love Bob Larson to death, but he's always going through something,
Yeah. Poor guy.
And so
He's
he
so fun.
he was getting drunk at the bar, and then
No.
and then I was drinking at the bar, and then Chuck goes up on stage and talks about how much he drinks. But in his bit, he kept calling it Jägermeister. Like, he must have said Jägermeister 18 times. And I drink a lot. Me and my friends with the Jägermeister. And this guy looks like if Danny DeVito and Gallagher had a baby. That's what Chuck Androsky looks like.
He wears a white linen suit.
Yeah, that's right. He wears that white linen suit.
But he's gonna hear this. I'm sorry, Chuck.
He's
We
not gonna
love
hear it
you.
at all. And I love you, Chuck. You know that. So calm
Okay,
down.
but
He's not gonna hear this though. Like I am not
yeah.
somebody that people hear.
Okay, I gotta tell you a story.
Mhm.
You know how Chuck always gets mad for everything. He got mad that I would not open for Bret Michaels for $100 in daylight at 4 p.m. outdoors, 2 hours before Bret Michaels started, behind the Hayward Casino in a field while people were setting up their lawn chairs. He goes, Mary, a lot of people would kill for this opportunity.
Oh, to make
And
$100?
And I was like, well, then you won't have any problem filling it. So then, and then he didn't talk. Then the next time he called me was like 8 years later. So, I mean, you only have to wait 6 more years. So don't worry.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Gosh. Wow. I guess it's a shame we're not writing these stories down.
Well, they're on recordings. I mean, we got this.
Yeah, that's cool.
We got it all down.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, oh man, the gigs. Okay, so did you ever work did you ever work the Black Bear Casino before they remodeled it and made a new one?
Yes, the first time I worked there, they were just starting to remodel it, but they had the plans and like when they were starting, but they hadn't started yet.
Okay, so for your listeners, what we used to have to do is stand in the middle of the casino, not in a separate room or nothing.
On like a
There was
little
a
pendulum, like it was
yeah.
just a little bit above the casino, barely.
It was this circular bar in the middle of all these slots, and there's no walls around it, just this open area. And there, we stood up on a stair, like it was it
was like a weird
stair.
makeshift stage. It was like 2 steps or something like that.
Yeah, and sometimes they'd have just decorative banners hanging down around the bar to signify that it's a separate area from the casino, but it would just be like a decorative banner. And so your mic was hooked into the system where the staff of the casino could also speak on that PA system. So
Yeah,
like,
so it cut out every time they made an announcement.
yeah. So anytime anybody won, and especially if anybody like left their headlights on in the parking lot, they would be like, if you drive, it was always like if you drive a 1998 Ford Explorer, license plate blah 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 Minnesota, you left your lights on in the parking lot, and then you would like realize that you cut out, and then have to go back a little sentence or more in your bit, and then like, oh god, it was the worst, and all the ding ding dings, And then if anybody won something, oh my God. And my band teacher, my high school band teacher came to that show.
What?
I was so embarrassed. That was like,
Is that the worst? Is that the worst gig you've ever had?
oh no.
Oh no!
That was pleasant
You said that.
compared
You
to,
said that in a way that it wasn't even top 10.
no, not even top 10. Uh, this was 2 Januaries ago, so a little over a
So
year
your worst gig
ago.
ever was recent?
Oh yeah. Well, it was
I'm in. I'm in.
one of my worst gigs ever. And Tim and I were doing it together. It was a corporate for 600 people. And I really wanted to do well because it was the Pepsi distributor, Burnix, and I got a scholarship from them in high school, and I just wanted to do so well and thank the family for my scholarship and be like, look it, I'm doing something neat, you know. And then so what happened is Mr. Burnick, the head CEO, the owner, of course, he was 90 or something like that, and he passed
90
away
years young.
yeah, he passed away a couple weeks before the we did this corporate, and it is so disturbing because we're like, oh, you know, maybe we shouldn't. And they're like, no, we're still going to do it. We're just going to have a short remembrance before you go on. And I'm like, oh, okay. And like, oh, do we go on like right after the remembrance, or can we maybe take an intermission or give away some prizes first? And they're like, oh yeah, okay. So we thought we had it all worked out, right? So we get there, and this remembrance, they actually had like funeral pamphlets, you know, the funeral programs, like on the table. It was the most surreal show. So imagine it's 600 people. They got the theme is flappers because the committee planned the party before this man died. So all the people were dressed like flappers, and there was these big like ostrich feathers in the middle of the table, like fake flappers, decorations. And they started this remembrance. It lasted 45 minutes. It was like a whole eulogy of this man, and they had the family in the front row. Everybody's crying. And mind you, people are dressed like flappers, and it's like a funeral. Then, okay, so the son
So it's like a
talks.
really awkward speakeasy funeral.
Oh my gosh, it was horrible. Yeah, but it's gigantic, and it's a giant convention center and a tall stage. And then the president gets up there, and he thought he was being clever, so he created a hashtag on Twitter to honor this man. And his name was Richard. Everybody called him Dick, so he thought he's being so smart. They put a huge picture of Dick up there, and the hashtag was be a dick. And it was like anything you do kind or nice, you can use the hashtag be a dick because you'll be like Dick.
Help somebody cross the street. Be a dick.
Right, because Dick was so
nice.
nice.
People are so funny, aren't they?
Yeah, and so they had this eulogy. They gave away he wanted to give away 75 prizes before we got up there.
What? At a funeral?
We're like, no, it wasn't. It was supposed to be a holiday. It was supposed to be an annual banquet holiday party, not a funeral.
Okay.
That's how we were booked. And so
somebody double booked this party as a funeral.
Yeah, and so I mean I felt so bad. I'm like, we shouldn't be doing this. And then so what they did was, okay, we'll just give away 10 prizes, and they gave away the grand prize first. So they gave away a vacation like to Jamaica or something first, and then immediately the next prize was like a Vikings cooler. So the prizes got so disappointing that everybody just stood up and went to the bar, like half the crowd did. Then what happened was the guy was panicked because everybody was talking over him. The guy was giving up the prizes, and so he panicked. He forgot about the intermission, and he goes, okay, everybody. He did it so quickly, and I was just like in shock. He goes, okay, everybody, get up get a beer, and while you're getting a beer, we'll have our comics do their show. And I like should have gotten up there and been like, hey everybody, why don't we come back in 10 minutes? But I got up there and nobody was in their seats. They were all back at the various bars. Imagine a 600, like a giant empty convention center with everybody at the back talking in line for beers.
Now do your comedy.
Yeah, and then I was like, I don't want to make this guy look bad by like taking over and saying we really need an intermission. The family is still crying. Like, so I just was like, oh Christ, I'll just do my bits and like my fastest bits, you know. So I did 10 minutes and like 10 people were like, it was so awkward because like 10 people were like, oh, we remember her, and so they tried to be ultra supportive and like sat up at the front next to the sad family, and then it was so surreal. And I did my 10 minutes, then I brought Tim up, and Tim rushed because we went through like an hour of material in like 20 minutes, I swear to God. And so Tim did his jokes so fast that I like repeated the last 2 lines of every one of Tim's jokes so that I'm like, I think that they didn't hear that. But it was just so awkward. And then to make things even worse, like we get off the stage and the 10 fans that were like, we tried to laugh and came up to us in front of the family and were like, sorry you had to be put in that position, like right in front of this family who gave me a scholarship. And I'm just like, oh Christ. And then nobody who we sat and ate dinner with could make eye contact with us. Like didn't even say goodbye or nothing. And like we just
like they were just too embarrassed for you guys.
Yeah, we just sulked out and like went into our truck and drove home. And it was like
how quiet was that ride home?
We were like in disbelief. I was like, okay, I'm gonna write all the beats of this story down because that was the most. Nobody's even gonna believe this happened. Oh, and this is the other part. They never took the man's. We were up on this huge stage. People couldn't see past their ostrich feather plumes, right? Because the decorations were, they couldn't because the way the angle was, they'd have to look through the feathers. And then all they could see, all they would be able to hear is like people talking in the back, our voices trying to do comedy on the PA, and then behind us, they never took the deceased man's gigantic stadium-size photograph down. They never took his portrait down.
Like the giant picture of like Ken and Becky at the joke joint.
It was even bigger. Like it would be like big as the jumbotron, and they had like hashtag be a dick and this poor Mr. Burnick, his portrait behind us while all this was happening. And it's like, okay, so there's 600 people who don't think we're funny now. You know what I mean? Like that has domino effects. Like, oh, don't hire them for your party. It's just like I should have just been like, you know what, keep your money. How about next year? You know what I mean? Like I wish in hindsight, I'm like, why didn't I just was in shock.
Better next year.
I know. I was like,
hey,
maybe
next year somebody's not dead. It's gonna be way better.
I just was in shock. I'm like, I have in hindsight, it's like, oh yeah, this is what should have happened, because that hurt our business, you know. So I'm like, well, Tim's playing online poker in the background. If you heard a scream.
Is that what he was doing? Wait. Is Tim's playing online poker?
Yeah. He's on. Tim, what's the website you're using? Poker Stars? Is this like a porn thing that I'm not aware of?
Yeah, it's a porn thing you're not. Tell Tim I said hello.
Corey M says hi. Hi, Corey. So
tell him to fold.
Fold. Yeah, so that's only the second worst show I've ever done.
What?
Yeah, I had one that was even worse, where even more businesses couldn't make eye contact with me, and that.
How many gigs have you had where businesses couldn't make eye contact with you?
Well, a few, but especially this other one was for another gigantic group too. But I was like,
Fly Dog just said this just got interesting.
yeah, I was like, man, you want to be right close to your audience, right? Well, back then I never asked people what's your seating arrangement like I do now. So they were having their party and their banquet, and there was like a dance floor between me and the crowd, but like a ballroom dance floor. And they had gotten done with like it was over. It was like 2.5 hours of uh like it was for like a salon, and they had like one European hair coloring, like fancy hair awards and spa awards, and they did all these awards. And then oh God, it was like in the same situation where people just wanted to get up and drink, and you can't really talk to your crowd over a ballroom.
Somebody's
I
asking
did
where your first gig was.
my very first paid gig
Yeah.
was in a tattoo parlor in a town of probably 100 people, about an hour outside of Nashville, Tennessee. And that was because I did my first open mics in Nashville,
Wait, I never
and
knew this
then
about you. I
yeah,
thought you smuggled yourself over to like Duluth or something.
no, I did those there, and then I came up here um, and did in the summer, and then I did my round at Funniest Person
Hmm.
in the cities, because I always kind of stayed with my brothers in Minnesota in the summer. And then I was like, oh, I went back down there in the fall, and somebody's like, they're doing this gig in a tattoo parlor. It was so fun. But you got paid in a tattoo, like you got a free tattoo. They were really bad like my friend got his tattoo, and after I saw his tattoo, I was like, oh yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get paid. I think
And then you
I'm
got
just
paid.
gonna I'm just gonna do no tattoo and call this an open mic.
Oh yeah, you're just gonna. Did you get a
He,
sweet Nashville first gig tattoo?
no, I never did, but here's the funny thing about my friend. He was trying to get ha ha tattooed on his stomach,
Hmm.
or his kind of his hip area. And they did ha, because the guy was just like new. He did ha, and he looked down at it, and he just had the guy stop because it was so bad already. So he just has,
Like the tattoo was bad.
yeah. So he just has HA, and he just stopped at ha. He didn't get ha ha.
Hey man, we're gonna stop right here. Do you have anybody in here that's good at fixing tattoos?
Yeah, so he just stopped, but yeah. Oh, so that other story I was telling you where I had to do it, I did 10 minutes of my 45-minute set, and Jim Esra, do you remember from the Vikings, Esra Tuaolo?
I mean, maybe the name sounds familiar.
I'm saying it wrong, but he's like such a talented guy. He's like a singer, performer, piano player, but he also was like a, I think he was a lineman on the Vikings.
Hmm.
Um, and because he was dating one of the salon owners, they sent him up, and he was the one who told me that I didn't need to do any more time after 10 minutes.
Okay.
No, it was so sad. I had to like go after 10 minutes, and they gave me my check. And then everybody at that table owned a business, and they were like, before I did this show, they were like, oh yeah, we gotta have you come to our holiday or our banquet or our holiday party. And then after I got off the stage, none of them could make eye contact again. And and so like in front of all those people, I was like it's amazing I have any fans at all, because it was like those shows had so many people at them, and they were so bad that, I mean, it's unbelievable that I am still, like, probably 12 years after that show, still doing comedy.
You just like after that show, you were like, well, this is it. I'm done.
Yeah, I don't know. That one really hurt because I was newer. So I was only 5 years in, if that.
Okay.
4 years in, 5 years in. And I was doing colleges and stuff, and I was already doing corporate, so I had my time, but I just couldn't compete with salon
So I have a
awards.
question for you about writing, right? And this is something
Yeah.
that I like talking about comedy writing.
Hmm.
So like when you think of a joke, do you start with the setup or do you start with the punchline when you're actually writing it to format as a joke?
Corey, you've heard my jokes. Have you ever heard a punchline?
No, I've never heard a setup either. That's why I want to know.
I don't know. Who was it? Oh, Greg Warren.
Yep.
Oh God, right when I was first starting out featuring, and I worked with him in Davenport at the Penguins Club there, and I did a set. I was really hungover. I did a Thursday set, and it went surprisingly really well. And then nothing went well after that the rest of the weekend, but I got off stage and he's like, "Yeah, that was really good. I think what I would maybe do is try to write some punchlines." And he was so sweet and so nice and sincere. And he goes, but what do I know? I'm old." And I was like, but ever since, that was like the best advice I ever got. But I've not been able to do it very well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, there's some punchlines, but
Well, you seem like you're doing fine.
it's just
I honestly,
usually.
I'm glad that you so we're coming up on time. I got to keep
Yeah.
the show moving, but I'm glad you called in. It's good to hear from you. But
Yeah,
more
so good to
importantly,
hear you.
I'm really glad that you have all of that sweet pole barn money saved up.
Well, it's not lasting very long. I don't know if you know this, but pole barns aren't that expensive in
Don't.
a lot
You're
of
ruining
areas.
the theater of the mind for people that don't know.
Sorry.
Let the people know where they can get a hold of you. Where can they find you?
Oh, thank you. At marymaccomedy.com, and I forgot to update it, but I got all this social media, but I have a mailing list at marymaccomedy.com, because once Facebook explodes, or somebody burns it down.
You hate Facebook. You've always hated Facebook, though.
I've always hated Facebook, but so I rely on my mailing list a lot.
Yeah, you should get a Twitch account and then just do concerts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you should do you could be
Just
playing like
clarinet?
guitar, ukulele, or anything you want.
I could do some clarinet concerts.
There you go.
People want that sweet solo clarinet.
Yeah. 4 people are saying get on Twitch, Mary. I think that they want that clarinet money. I think they want to donate it to you.
Okay, I'll research what happens on Twitch.
Okay. Yeah, you should. And if you
Awesome.
need any pointers, you can hit me up. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm definitely falling upward. Tell
Cool.
Tim I'm coming for him on this show next. He's coming on here.
Okay, I'll warn him. Thank
Yeah,
you so
just
much,
warn him.
Corey.
Thank you so much,
right.
Mary. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, take care.
Yeah, we'll do. That was Mary Mack. Mary Mack is one of my favorite local comics. She is an absolute fucking delight. And like she said, you can find her at marymaccomedy.com. I will actually type it in here for people who want to. I believe that's it. Let me double check. Yep. And if you've never seen Mary Mack, I think Doima put it in here though. But yeah, her dry bar is absolutely phenomenal. So she's definitely somebody to watch. She's very, very funny, and I'm just glad that she has some pro growth. Her husband is lucky. I hope I can find a sugar mom with all that sweet bar money. Yeah, well, her husband is also Tim Harmson, who's also a very, very funny comic. They're the very rare where you find a couple that are both comedians, they're both funny, and they're both awesome. So that's super rad. But yeah, Tim is very lucky she has all that pole barn money, man. That's a big, big thing. We got a whole plethora of people. We're gonna just kind of roll people through. Let's get on the phone with another buddy of mine. We're just gonna jump around tonight. Tonight's gonna be really free-formed.
What's going on?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing, brother?
Welcome to On the Radio on Twitch or whatever the fuck it is.
Happy to be here, wherever the fuck that is.
Tell the viewers who you are.
My name is Will Spotted Bear. I am a Gemini.
Too
and I'm
much.
friends
Too
with-
much information, bro. Too much.
Oh, fair enough.
Why?
Very
Why is it?
familiar.
Wait. So it's Will Spotted Bear, but yet you always put William.
It's either one. Either one works.
You need
Long
to
as-
pick one, man. This is brand imaging 101. We fucking talked about this.
Fantastic. William Spotted Bear work out fine.
Good old Billy Spots on the phone. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you enjoying?
Matt Doima says, "What up, Spotted Bear?"
Who's that?
Matt Doima.
Oh, that son of a bitch. No, what's up, buddy?
We just
I love
had
that dude.
Mary on here, and now we're just rolling into you. I had some stuff planned. This show came off the rails real early today because I had some audio glitches at the beginning.
Fair enough.
Turns out when you're using a bunch of audio programs, you have to reset your computer once in a while.
That tracks, yeah. Hold
Yeah,
on.
fucking helps, you know. How you been, man? How's life amid the crisis?
Pretty good. Since I do comedy pretty much full time, this really didn't affect my week. It's like not anybody. Wasn't until Friday.
To clarify, Will is pretty unbooked usually, so this doesn't feel any different.
Yeah,
The only difference is now when you look at an empty calendar, you're less sad about it.
Yeah,
You're like, holy
pretty
shit,
much.
this shit's empty, and it's not my fault. I want you to know that I picked that picture of you standing on stage in that just outrageously garbage vest. So that's what everybody's going to be associating you with.
Listen, man, they tried to tell me to look less intimidating. Someone told
No,
me.
I know they did. Don't you remember when you started? So for like, William Spotted Bear is one of my very good friends in comedy. We have been doing this a long time, dude. It's really crazy.
Yeah.
Because I probably known you, what, 10 years now? 12 years? How long you been doing it?
About 10. So probably we're coming up on 10 because I met you really early on.
Right. And it's just fucking, it's just crazy. But like, Will is one of the, I'm going to say this and you're going to get mad, Will, but I don't really care. I'm just being honest with the listeners and the viewers. Will has gotten softer with age. Will used to be a real fucking hardcore tough son of a bitch. And now he's the kind of guy that gets bullied into wearing vests.
Yeah. Well, it's a whole thing, man. I was trying to soften my image. I learned to move my eyebrows when I talked. It was a whole thing.
Yeah. Oh, here. Oh, I found a good one. Oh man. Hold on. Oh yeah. Classic Air Force Will.
Oh God. Let me see.
It's just your Facebook. I'm not fucking doxing you on Google, dude. You're fine.
Yeah. I know. It just makes me.
This is the time he was in a chicken. Ha ha ha. But seriously, I mean, we got it zoomed in for the watcher. This is him right here. He used to be that. That is the kind of guy that you don't want to fuck with because look at him first off. He's wearing a uniform. That means he's in the military, and no matter what you think of the military, that means he knows how to fight. At the very least, you need to know how to box a little bit, or it's not going to be a fun outing if you cross him. But more importantly, look at how smudged in and crushed his nose is, and the little gaps on his ears, which just scream, I've been in a couple scraps. Now, look at how dead his eyes are. Now, this is Exhibit 1, right? But, also remember, same D-bag in the vest. That's what I'm trying to get people here to understand. You know what? I'm going to see if I can... Oh, yeah. Oh, the production fucking value, baby.
God.
Look at this.
Yeah.
You are now the first caller with 2 fucking pictures about you at the same fucking time. How does that feel, bro?
It feels good.
I bet it does.
That's a whole "this is your life" thing going on right now. This is fun.
Yeah, this is what life is now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard or not, but our profession doesn't exist anymore.
I've heard that. Yeah. This is the first time that a national crisis happens where I've been non-essential, and I'm loving it, dude. This is great.
Tovar says he'll stab you in that vest. Yeah, no. The thing about that vest that they don't know, they're trying to get him to look softer, but that's where he keeps all his weapons.
Yeah. That's the trick. Yeah. Just look like a college student. So many blade in my teeth.
I'm pretty sure my college ID's in here somewhere, or I have a knife.
I have a 9mm with a poem on the side. You know what I mean?
Wow. Maybe I need to take back some of these sweet vest shots I've been making.
I still stab you in the vest. Nice.
I
Oh,
do.
yeah,
I do still get a little nervous around weapons. It's a character flaw.
Wuss.
Yeah, no, I am a wuss. It's true. How I like? So, what did your books look like? Were you booked a lot when this happened, or not really?
Not really. Honestly, because I don't shut up about it. Because I'm engaged. I was supposed to get married. I'm going to get married in the fall. I kind of shifted being on the road as much to get all my other stuff in order.
Sure.
I really lucked out because normally I was booked a ton, and like I
Yeah, I mean, like the last year, you were like on the road living. That's like what you were doing.
Yeah, last couple, yeah. So this last year, because I found a girl that's into vests.
She'll grow out of that, man.
Yeah.
You gotta keep it fresh. You're gonna have to wear a fucking bow tie pretty soon.
Sweater vest. That sweater vest.
Oh
that's
my god, dude! If I
I'll shoot
ever
myself,
see you in a fucking sweater vest, I will take that as confirmation I need to end you per our suicide pacts.
Yeah, we actually talked about that 10 years ago.
Yeah, no, you literally told me. It was when you stopped wearing that leather jacket around.
Yeah. When I stopped wearing on stage.
Because Will used to look like he ate Lorenzo Lamas.
Yeah, everyone thought I was like playing to be Italian, but I'm just from Pittsburgh, and that's just how we dressed.
Are you from Pittsburgh though? I feel like your origin story changes whenever the bit needs it to.
No, it's just eclectic. But no, originally from Pittsburgh.
Where were you born?
What's up?
Where were you born?
In Pittsburgh, specifically Sharpsburg, and then I lived most of my life in Homewood.
Sharpsburg? That doesn't sound like a real place.
It's like Eden. It's like like here's Uptown, and like in Minneapolis, there's like Uptown, which is a small borough of it.
Just tell me all the crime rate happens in Sharptown, because that would be the best.
No. But I lived in more. Pittsburgh is all gentrified now, so my neighborhood they gentrified, which is weird. So now my place is like a sweet place to be. It's like being in Uptown now from like 6 years ago.
Oh man, back when it didn't suck.
Yeah, right. That's exactly it. Yeah. So originally from Pittsburgh. Yeah, I just mention what comes up. The native thing, the no dad thing. That's just the same.
This isn't a fucking sweet promo spot for your comedy, bro.
I apologize. What would
tell
you
the
like
people? Tell the people where to find you online if they want to see your comedy.
WillSpotedBear.com is my website. Google Spotted Bear. You'll either find me or an adorable animal. So either way, it works out good.
What is is there an actual spotted bear? Is that a thing?
No, normally it's like Spotted a Bear, but if you Google Spotted Bear, for some reason Google
Spotted a Bear.
Yeah, so my name is Spotted Bear, but it's one word, so it's Spotted Bear, not Spotted Space Bear. But Google does not accept that a lot. So when I try to Google myself, it just goes Spotted Bear, like space.
I just Googled spotted bear.
Yeah.
But I added the space. Now I'm just going into images and see what happens. Oh yeah. No, they're mostly you.
Ranch. Yeah. So,
wow, these are way funnier pictures to make fun of you about.
Yeah.
The best is Albert John Spotted Bear, sex offender from Wagoner, Oklahoma.
Yeah. Family's family.
Is that your family?
If he's Spotted Bear, yeah, probably.
Yeah, you guys kind of look alike.
Yeah, we all look native, dude.
No, he looks like a Pittsburghian.
How dare you? You look like a Pittsburghian.
What the fuck did you just say to me?
You look like someone who grew up in Pittsburgh.
Gross. That's the meanest thing you've ever said.
That's fair. I won't tread on you. I apologize.
Yeah, don't tread on me, man. Do you like my sweet wrinkled libertarian photo?
I get that. How are you doing with all this stuff? You having fun with it?
No, this is hell on earth.
You'll be fine.
This is the spotted bear stuff because I didn't have it on this is. I mean, are you sure that's not you? I'm just fucking with you. But like, if you ever lose your vision, don't get those glasses.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a rough customer.
It also like to be fair, he looks like I feel like you would look if you had to wear those glasses and had that shitty goatee.
That is true.
Like, look at how much happier you are with a beard.
That is fair. Yeah.
They all look like Steven Seagal to me. What, all natives? Jesus, Matt Doyman, that is racist as fuck.
Yeah, but I see where you're coming from. Like, it's
You're
like
just,
how.
you're just glad because it was Steven Seagal. If you had said something lame, you wouldn't have seen it.
Nah. Even the 8 Lorenzo Lamas thing. That's a fair enough one. I've heard Charlie Sheen when I was like in the military. That's what everyone says I look like, which also isn't a compliment. But what are you gonna do? So
You do not look like that.
yeah, no. But I did lose a few shows, and then there's
Maybe
a couple
Artie
shows.
Lang.
Oh, that's rough. Like
You look like if
I
Danny
lost a
DeVito got a growth splurt.
I'm the actual twin, like not Arnold. Yeah.
Yeah, Tiger Blood, man.
You and me could do that movie. I think that would work out great.
Oh,
You
dude,
could
we
be-
need to reboot that for sure. I'm into that.
Dude, we got this, dude.
Dude, we can
I'd
even
watch that all
cross
day.
market it to gay people and just call it Bear Twins.
Dude, I feel like we're gonna have a killer series on Bravo, my friend. I think we got this.
This is gonna be great.
Yeah.
Do you remember when
Yeah.
Bravo was just a theater channel?
Was it? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what it started out as. I was thinking about that the other day about how funny it is, all the different channels, because like TLC is where like fucking Honey Boo Boo is on, and that's the learning channel. That shit used to be like watching open heart surgery when we were kids.
Right. Was it Discovery? Discovery's all this weird stuff. now,
Yeah, it's
too.
like fucking like gold mine diggers or whatever.
Yeah. So I told someone TLC was the learning
Ice cold
channel.
trucker cock.
Yeah. So weird.
Deadliest STD catch.
That's the thing about history, man. It changes, but not everyone gets the memo of how it changes. So you just assume like it's always been there, and that's how it's always been. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's funny how that works. Like
Well,
the
it's just,
music,
you
like
know.
MTV. Well,
What?
MTV, not like, what's up?
No, what'd you say?
Oh, like MTV, like it used to be music, but that was so long ago. It used to be just shitty sitcoms and like game shows and stuff.
Yeah.
And now I don't even know what it does now. Jersey Shore, or what does it even do?
I don't even think it does Jersey Shore anymore.
Yeah, it's probably doing like, well, it used to be like a real news source, like Comedy Central is now, where like
Yeah.
news was like legit news for a while.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy how quickly that demographic changed.
Yeah,
It's like when we were kids, it was like, oh shit, here's this video I don't want to watch, and now it's like fucking like, check out these sluts in a reality show.
right. So weird.
Only one person will get to have sex with all of them. Tune in to find out how it happens.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do? Now everyone's on Twitch, so we're just doing that now.
Not everyone. We're ahead of the curve, baby.
Oh yeah, baby.
I gotta come up with a name for it though, because Corey Adam Live on Twitch seems weird. And I don't really like Corey Adam Live because I feel like that should be comedy related.
What about Corey Adams slightly delayed?
Fuck you.
I think it works, and since I'm watching your video as we're talking online, so I was watching with Mary, or listening with Mary, excuse me. It was fun to watch your mouth catch up to what we're talking about right now. Don't click it off.
No, it's off now.
Ah, damn it.
No,
At least
but
you got
Doima,
something-
shut the fuck up. I'm not going to call it Corey's Super Awesome Fun Time Show.
Corey cares. Let's talk about feelings. I think that'd be a good way to go.
All right, first off, get fucked, Vest Boy.
Emotionally available with Corey Adam. Let's do it.
You know what? I'm about 3 seconds away from just putting that sex offender's picture up and saying it's you.
He looks as much like you as he does me. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, but I have the text to put on the phone William Spotted Bear underneath.
Fair enough. I'll pull off. I'm sorry. Okay.
Corey's Super Soft Show. Shut the fuck up.
God. Look
Don't
at
tread
that.
on Corey. That's Tovar's one. That one's not bad.
This line, that actually is really good. Yeah. This line media, right? Changing things up to their convenience.
You're the lying media now, or what? I don't know where that
You are.
reference
You're
is going.
switching things up on them.
Yeah, this is weird. I'm not used to people rationalizing my conspiracy theories with more outlandish conspiracy theories. I wasn't prepared for that.
Dude, I had it real well, but I'm pretty deep down the rabbit hole, baby.
Corey Adams desperately seeking the love of his father show?
Oh,
Well, that's
that's fun. Yeah, Jesus. Pooh, Pooh Devil, Drug Christ Lord. We expected
Corey's
better.
cocaine crazed conversations. I wish I was on cocaine.
Yeah.
These time signatures. I don't want to see you on. Have you ever done cocaine, Will?
No.
Yeah. I feel like you're
No.
the exact wrong guy to do cocaine.
Yeah, that's kind of been my thing. I don't like uppers. I didn't do many drugs.
Not funny diarrhea club.
This un-American life, that's cute. But yeah, how about you? How you been doing with all this stuff? Shows get canceled or anything?
Yeah, everything's canceled.
Yeah.
It just vaporized. And the only thing I ever
Yeah.
did before this was waiting tables, and that's vaporized too.
So
So now I'm on Twitch telling people to donate to Corey Adam Comedy at Venmo.
Please do. Yeah, no, it is interesting. Yeah, how everything just went up in smoke. I mean, and like it'll come back. You know what I mean? But like,
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. That was kind of the conversation we'd been having last week. Is like when it comes back, are people like when people are allowed to go out and do comedy when it opens back up? Like, are people actually going to come out? Or are they going to be hesitant? Are they going to be scared still?
I mean,
Like I think people
probably.
need laugh. I do believe in that. I think people need to laugh, but I mean, you can sit at home and watch a Netflix special and laugh and not feel like you're putting yourself at risk, like going out in public feels to people that are really taking this seriously.
Yeah, but I think it's like an ebb and flow. Because like one thing about this has been so interesting is things that are now popping back up to be popular. So like Airbnb is like
Like
decimating-
yo-yos?
Well, no, like drive-in theaters, like drive-in movie theaters. Now just got fucking shot to the front of the line of great things to do on a public time.
Well, if you think about it, a drive-in theater, this would actually be the moment to open a drive-in. Do you want to put all your money? Let's do it, man. Right now, you and I. Let's start a drive-through theater.
I got $23. What do you got? Let's do it.
I got less than that, but we got this.
Yeah, but yeah, seriously, if you made one, someone had a parking spot, and we could, because all the fucking...
Well, everybody has to stay in their car. There's no cross-contamination. You could put a stage up on it. I mean, that's actually pretty interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't even... Yeah, I mean, you can just use a projector. You know what I mean?
Crackbaby89 says, I got $25.
Fuck yeah, let's make this happen. You, me, and Crack Baby. That would be the drive-in.
I feel like that was always going to be our comedy trilogy, though. William Spotter Bear, Corey Adam, and Crack Baby.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just see you and I, like, weekend at Burnings, a dead Crack Baby in a top hat. Hello, my ragtime gal. Like, keep it
You
going
got
for
the
Michigan
mustache.
J Corpse, everybody.
But yeah, no, I think that's the thing. It might take a hit for a while, but I think it'll come back eventually. If any of us will be around for it, that might be a whole different thing.
Right. That's the key. Does anybody make it? Do we make it?
I think so. You know what I mean? Because fucking burlesque and juggling made it through the '80s. I'm sure we'll be fine.
That's your go-to? If they made it, we'll be fine.
I mean, shit. Especially with all this stuff. I mean, like, I think it's interesting, like watching how people try to morph stand-up in this new way, and like even watching like late night, because like watching the late night them do it from home or with no audience is
It's
really
weird, man. It's super weird.
It's the closest I could see to being like an open mic that isn't fun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I think, yeah, that's my thing. Because like doing a Twitch open mic, or not Twitch, but like a at home a quarantine mic doesn't seem like fun for me. But for some people, this was probably like their time to shine.
So you haven't done any of the quarantine mics?
No, not yet. I've been dealing with so much other stuff. Just getting everything else in order, you know?
Oh, yeah, for that thing that we know.
Yeah. Well.
No, we don't. I'm just saying. We're fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose that was the ideal timing for all this for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't even think about that when you were talking about that earlier. This is what I like. We're having an inside conversation that nobody else knows what we're talking about.
Fair enough.
See,
For
we'll
people
kill
in
the
the
person, and we're helping him hide a body.
No, because again, married, I've adjusted some things so I could get all the stuff done needed to get done, and because of that, I have more of a nest egg. but a lot of comics don't, and then there's no way for most people that make under. Because what's the thing now? It's supposed to be like if you make under 20 or some bullshit, you're fine, or you're screwed, or whatever. But that's the thing. Everyone has uncertainty, and so do comics, because we don't live in society. We don't get any of the real benefits.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. But the nice thing for us is that since we've lived, I mean, frankly, so bare. I mean, most comics I know that are like doing this have to live so bare bones that it doesn't like oh, the stock market crashed. I'm like, cool, that doesn't affect the $30 I own. It's like, you know how deep the market has to crash before my money gets affected. Like,
yeah. No, I have Crack Babies. I've said this too. Crack Babies just said put a laugh track for the bit sound so you get the reaction of your stand-up track. I've been saying that forever.
Why not? Oh, like sitcoms.
Yeah, that's what they should be doing. That's what everybody's doing wrong on that, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah. See, that would be fun. That would be fun. Have like the 90s laugh track.
Yeah.
What
would really be fun is program 3 or 4 like because that's what I would want. Is I would want a laugh track, but then like 4 tracks of not laughter.
Yeah, you and
just have like somebody like you or Tovar, just some asshole in the crowd, just decide when to do it to me.
Dude, that would be good. Because you can make it interactive where someone could press a button, right?
Right.
They click to laugh. That'd be dope. Yeah, so if anyone makes this from what I'm talking about, I want to cut. Patent pending. I don't know. So, yeah, no. Do you think it'll survive? Do you think comedy's coming back?
Doima said he's gotten standing emoji breaks at virtual mics.
That's fair. At least laugh track and plot. That's funny. Yeah. But do you think it's going to come back, or do you think we're going to take like a real hit?
I don't know, man. It's tough to say. Again, like, I think people need laughs, and I think people are going to be sick of being like cooped up in their house.
Yeah. But
I also think people are afraid. I think people are going to be genuinely afraid to go outside, even like. Because let's be honest, this isn't lasting 2 weeks. This 2 week thing is not. This is going to be more than that.
Depending on where you're at, especially, yeah.
Yeah, but so, you're talking 3. Let's say it goes 3 weeks total, right? It's already gone on for like a week. Now, you've got 4, and like, that's just the problem. Is like, eventually it's a conditioning program. Like when you've been living like that for a month, it just becomes second nature. Plus, think of all the people that have been struggling to get by that for whatever reason, this is forcing them to not go to the bar and drink. This is forcing them to save money in an aspect of their life where they weren't before.
Mm-hmm.
Now that they have those habits embedded, they have the behavior change. Why break it now when it's going to cost them money?
Right. No, for sure.
And so I think like what you'll see is I think when clubs open up, I would say look for clubs to start seating less people.
Mm-hmm.
Like just like whatever seats they put out, like look for those to be lower would be my guess.
Yeah. Yeah, the dedicated comedy club might really suffer. I would see that happening.
Yeah. I mean, Matt says the earliest shows can start now is May 1st. Yeah, and that's like I don't even know if that's going to be it.
Right, and like that's the thing. And even when that happens, because like when they talk about that it's coming in waves, they don't mean in the same place all the time. Since America's so big, like New York is getting decimated right now, and in a couple weeks, Kansas City will get decimated for a couple weeks. Like everyone's going to get it. We're just not getting it at the same time.
Right, which is why we're staying at home. It's not so we don't get it. It's so we don't get it at the same time.
Right, and so, but even in a city, so say just Minneapolis had it, and like we didn't beat the curve. We'd just decimate all the hospitals because they barely have enough beds for us as it is. But also, like, now what this does is it makes travel really complicated. And because we don't have tests and we can't tell who's going across state lines, that makes it really complicated for a while. Until we get tests that can see who's got what, we're pretty much forced to be stuck,
Correct. And there's not really anything that's going to change that. And that's why, like, May 1st is the first time they're allowed to be open, but who the fuck knows if that's happening,
Right, and who's going to go, like, even without that certainty, who's going to even necessarily go to a show?
Right, I have no idea. All right, that's Spotted Bear. We're coming up on time. Tell everybody where they find you again.
WillSpotedBear.com. I'm on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff. Mostly just Spotted Bear's the name to look for. Don't talk to my cousin in Oklahoma. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. Thanks for calling, buddy. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, brother. Talk to you
All
soon.
right. That is William Spotted Bear. Dave says pack those churches. Yeah, I guess we would have to pack those fucking churches, dog. Oh man, that was pretty good. Let's see here. Our next person up. We're just gonna rock through some callers here because we have a bunch of people that everybody like can't do the show and then they can on the same day. It's really weird. Super weird. Here we go. Here we go. Boom. Hello.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm good, man. Yourself?
Pretty good. This is identify yourself to the listeners. You're on the air right now. You're famous, bro.
Oh, this is Robert Burrell. I never left the air. If you listen to AM 950.
Are you still doing that show?
No.
Okay.
But I mean, for all I know, they're still playing the episodes. I mean,
How
people
many
don't
episodes
really
of how many what is that? Shit, what was it called?
Laughing Matters?
That's right, Laughing Matters. Why don't you resurrect that? How come you're not podcasting that yet?
Oh man, I don't live anywhere near where was it? Where did we do that? Eden Prairie. Like when I lived in St. Louis Park and it was like a 6-minute drive, that totally made sense. But now I'm out in Hudson and it's like a 45-minute drive and
Yeah,
it's
you're
totally
like,
not
fuck
worth it.
that. I can't even pick
Especially
up
in the
that show
morning.
from here.
Huh?
You're like, I can't even pick up that show from here.
Exactly. Even if it was on, I couldn't listen to it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you never really listen to your stuff.
I didn't. I start to, and the sound of my own voice I find kind of nasally and off-putting. Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm just listening. I'm listening to you be nasally off-putting.
Yep. Well, thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, no, it's really good. I just love to insult the guests right out of the gate.
I would expect nothing else.
I want you to feel that, like, just really understand this is not your home.
That's fair. What I'm on. What is this? Twitch?
Yeah,
Stitch?
you're on Twitch, not Stitch.
I'm on Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch.
Itch. I'm on Itch.
Yeah, I mean,
Scratch.
you look like you're on Itch for sure.
I've been on Itch for a while.
Agreed. You don't look like an unkempt man, but you do look like a guy that has an ample supply of Gold Bond.
Hey, it's very practical. Okay, it's a multi-purpose product.
How are you doing with all this, man? Like, how are you, like, because are you teaching online then as a sub, or how does that fucking work?
No, that's done. That's all. They have real teachers for that stuff.
So you're just drinking in Hudson and being depressed?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
That's I got a treadmill in the basement, so I'm getting a little bit of a workout in. And
How often
catching
are you
up
on that treadmill?
once, you'd say every other day.
Okay. How long?
Hour-ish.
Okay. That's not bad. That's
Yeah.
nothing to scoff at.
No, and I usually, like, I'll put the cable news on, and then just, like, the anger powers me.
Yeah, are you getting real mad at the cable news lately?
It's like it's a hate run.
Yeah. How do you feel about cashing that check from Trump?
Yeah, I'll wait till it gets here first, but then I got no problem cashing it.
Right?
I mean, it's like if he turns into a socialist, then I'm off. Like, I had one joke too, where like, just because Biden lost to Bernie doesn't mean he won't lose to a socialist. Like, the
Yeah.
policies. I mean, hey.
Well, I mean, it's just like wealthy dude from New York turns out to be more liberal leaning anyways. That's not really surprising.
No, I mean that's FDR.
Motor City Dave said it's a direct deposit.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm coping. I think the thing Acme did was great. You were there. It was much needed, don't you think?
Yeah, actually, it was really cool to be on stage again. I forget how much I missed stage. Even without a crowd, just being on stage felt good.
Yeah, yeah, because I've done some of the virtual stuff, but when you're in your home, it almost, I don't know, it's not the same thing as like being in the club and seeing other guys and
Right.
yeah.
No, it was cool. It was a really fun time. We did a benefit at Acme that I think it's like comedy dash benefit at Venmo.
Yeah, I think it's up for a week or so,
Yeah,
or it's
still
going
it's
to
at
be up for
Acme.
another
It's
week
on
or so.
Acme's YouTube channel. You know what I'll do? I actually have the technology where I can put a link in the chat room right fucking now.
There you go. Perfect.
How
Please
about that?
do it.
Yeah, and you said I'd never have any production value.
I never said that.
Well, you implied it with your judgy looks.
I I mean, how could you not have production value? This show, it's on Scratch TV, right? This is
Twitch, asshole. It's on Twitch.
Twitch. Okay, sorry.
To be like, I love how.
But no, I thought you had a really funny set. I thought everyone, for the most part, a lot of people wanted to do new stuff, different stuff, but I think it's definitely worth people's time to check it out. And
were you the one that had the
please,
sweet
by
Nate
all means,
Nickel
donate.
burn?
Yeah.
Yeah, God, that was that or James Moore is this hack again were my two favorite lines of the night.
Yeah.
We put that
Yeah, it
link
was
up
fun,
there.
man.
What?
I thought DeBoer did a great job.
Oh yeah, DeBoer did awesome. Everybody there did awesome. I mean, it was cool. You know, it's and like you said, it was much needed to just get out and I don't know, interact. Like I don't even know what to call it. I don't like. I'm not trying to
It's
insult
sort of
you
like-
guys, but I don't give a fuck about you guys. It was just really cool to take a stage again because I mean, the last time I had been on stage was the last open mic Acme had.
Yeah, I mean, it is sort of
Just
like
think
a
of how
second
rusty
home.
all of us are gonna be when this shit clears.
Yeah, but like, we won't be rusty after a week or two. Whereas like some comics, especially ones that can't get a lot of stage time, they'll probably be rusty for a while.
Yeah.
Like that's the nice thing is like once we're back in the swing of things, we can get all the good spots and
Yep.
we'll get the kinks out pretty early.
And we can just really claw and climb over the heads of baby comedians for our own benefit.
Oh yeah, we'll be clubbing those baby comedians, baby.
Oh man, it's gonna be so rad. I can't wait. I got a sweet picture of you up here from Facebook that says Comedy Corner Underground, November 29th and 30th. So just to be clear,
Oh,
that was
nice.
last
I
year.
like
That's
that
not this
picture.
coming up year.
No, not. I don't know if Corner Bar has any shows coming up.
I don't think they have any for April.
No, do you think May maybe? Possibly.
Well, May,
I mean, what
May
are your,
1st
what are
is
your
the day that
thoughts
they
on
gave
stuff?
for everything to be open again so far.
May?
May 1st is what they were saying.
Okay. Well, hopefully.
Yeah.
Have you done the virtual stuff? What are your thoughts on that?
Not really. I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but like, I don't know. I started doing this like 3-hour radio show Friday through Tuesday, which you're on right now on Twitch. But I don't know. I haven't done any of the virtual. Like one, I haven't been asked, so that was an easy thing. And two,
Yeah.
I didn't really, I don't know. I don't really care. I get like, I can write a joke and test it without testing it in front of a 5-person. Like I would be more apt to do that as a virtual like writers group.
Oh yeah.
Like that,
Absolutely.
to me, that sounds more conductive of my time. Like I would rather build up a supply of jokes than write a bunch of new stuff, perform it in a virtual environment where maybe it doesn't succeed just because of the new environment and me not knowing it, and then second guess or not use those jokes going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the thing I took most out of it was just kind of, seeing other comics and stuff again and how much fun that was versus like, if anything, it was just kind of like riffing with a buddy, but you can do that on this show. And the virtual writers group sounds like a great idea. I think Andy Erickson's doing something like that, but that's definitely,
Sure.
I think that'd be a lot more fun.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not trying to shit on anything they're doing.
No, not at all. Absolutely.
Everybody's doing whatever they can to cope, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
But those
yeah,
bitches gotta pay.
I'm definitely trying to. Yeah, I'm definitely trying to stockpile ideas and bits too, because
Right. I mean, I'm gonna like the moment that we're allowed to go on stage again. I mean, I'm probably gonna have a new spiraled notebook to just set down on the stool and just basically like I'm gonna be that asshole that's just reading shit because I don't even know what sticks till I talk. You know, I'm one of those people that I write on stage anyways. So even though I have like funny ideas and I can write them off stage, when I'm on stage like repping them, that's when the like true funniness comes out. You know.
Well, that's why clubs like Acme are so great too. Once there's an audience in there, is because I find that I don't normally write on stage unless the show's either going really well or really bad.
Yeah.
And at Acme, it's usually going really well, and so you're getting such laughter that you can afford to think ahead 2 or 3 seconds. Like, what if I do this? What if I? And then conversely, if you're doing a set that's so bad, you're like, well, I don't really care how this goes. And you can just try to come up with other lines to make yourself laugh and stuff. But yeah, I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, I mean it's weird. Are you okay for money or how are you surviving?
The cleaning business is because that's the one that Becky's got swept away, and I'm doing that with her. And for the most part, we've had like a few clients drop off. We picked up a new one, so it's slowing down a little bit.
Let me know if that place is hiring, because I gotta figure something out stat.
Oh, swept away?
Yeah, I just like it's crazy because like before comedy, I was waiting tables. It's all gone. I can't even do that.
What was that? Say that again. Sorry.
Oh, now you're not listening?
No, sorry. Just say it again. What? Something about tables?
You'll never have that piece of information again, Robert.
Oh, man.
You should have cherished it when you had the chance.
Twitch is hard.
No, I was just saying that before comedy, I waited tables.
Oh, okay.
So it's like that's gone too. It all just got vaporized.
Oh, yeah. I think
now
you
I'm
said
on
that
here
on stage.
begging for handouts. Go to Corey Adam Comedy on Venmo. Please be generous. See, like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Some people will do that, though. There are some really great people out there that actually support
people have been donating
so
greatly. I've just been overwhelmed. It's really awesome.
Well, and that's the great thing too about, because you're somebody that's like putting out content, but has done the album thing, like I have, where it's like, okay, you can donate, but also if you want, here's 2 albums worth of stuff. Here's all this other stuff. Like we have merchandise that we can also use if need be for donations, things like that.
Well, and it's such a good thing that we have the merchandise out now, because I mean, try releasing a CD now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Can you say digital content only?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, like physical copies of stuff. I mean, people are not getting in line to buy that, and I don't even think the post office is going to deliver shit.
Yeah, I think they're still, don't they count as essential?
You'd think so, but Amazon Prime doesn't seem to think I get anything till April 4th.
Really?
Which is now 6 days away, but still.
Yeah. I thought this was America. Quarantine or not.
Well, I mean that's what it clearly is not, right?
It's not. How's the Iceland one looking?
I'm in the queue. I'm in the queue behind Chris Maddock right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Like the edits are done on my end. I'm gonna have to figure out some art. I may have Adam Sword just draw everything because I was gonna have a sweet picture taken in a ice arena, but nothing's open to do that. So, you want to hear? Hear the most gangster shit ever?
Always.
I have a buddy of mine that I went to junior high with who runs a Zamboni.
Oh, nice. That checks out.
He's able to hook up the ice arena time, bro.
There is that one kid in school, it seems like, even when they're like 17, you can just tell, like, there's Zamboni guy. Like,
this person is clearly Zamboni material.
Yeah. Like they live it up in high school, and then they're like, I'm just gonna stay in the building my whole life. And then like, what's the biggest vehicle I can drive while I stay here? Zamboni. I'm in.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go anywhere, but I still want a tractor.
Yeah, an ice tractor.
Yeah, can I get an ice combine?
So the editor, I'm anxious to hear it. I love what you did with it, because you're the first person to ever record a comedy album. The first comedian ever record a comedy album there, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, let's wait to herald it. Maybe you hear it and you're like, oh, it makes sense why nobody ever did this before.
Well, I said I can't wait to hear it. I mean, I assume it's going to be good, but you're right. I should withhold judgment until I actually hear it.
I hear you judging.
What about Ice Ice Corey? I think that's a good. I think that's a good title.
That
You
seems like a
for
copyright nightmare. Yo, VIP, let's kick it to Iceland.
Are you doing anything? Are you having anything? Any special features? Any extra stuff on it? Is it a CD DVD combo or like what? How
No,
much, like...
and thanks for making me feel guilty about that. Just a
No,
regular old pedestrian CD, bro.
No, I'm curious.
You don't do anything
like,
special for album 4. You just put it out and keep going.
All right. Good to know.
Shut up, Doima. Matt Doima says break the ice with Corey Adam. No. Shut up, Robert.
What? How about Minnesota Ice? How about that?
That was one of the ones in the pre-phase. My favorite. Do you want to know? So here's some fun inside track stuff, right?
Okay.
So
yep.
I decided on the name Jokes on Ice. That's what it's going to be called, right?
Mm-hmm.
And before that, what I wanted, and like everybody told me no, but I wanted it so bad, right? Was I wanted the album to be called Mil Jokes Near, and I wanted to make a giant Thor's hammer out of a rubber chicken. Like maybe like 3 rubber chickens and just like tie them together.
I like that.
And then just shoot it as like a
pretty inside baseball though. I feel
right.
I
But
mean,
like what I would do is I would make it so that like the jokes word is highlighted.
Sure.
So then like on paper it just looks like it says jokes, like so it's just 2 albums called Jokes. Like that's pretty funny.
Yeah. With the rubber chicken, I like that you. I mean, are you going to have it somehow as part of it?
Yeah, you have to. That's the gimmick.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
There is nothing historically funnier than a rubber chicken.
Yeah, and
it was
I
like one of the first things used in prop comedy ever.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like back in the day when they used to do like Shakespearean theater and shit. Like a doofus would pull out a fake chicken as a sword.
Which was the one that you did the circus thing for? Is that No Joke?
That's No Joke 2.
Is that one out?
Yeah, that one's been out for like a year.
Well, how come we don't have a hard copy of it? How many times have I seen you in person?
You've never asked.
You see me just offer. I just gave you.
You didn't give me.
TMI.
Shut the fuck up. You didn't give me a copy of your CD till I asked, because you forget. You forget who has one.
Oh, maybe I didn't realize that was a hard copy on that. All right, well, bring
next time. Next time you see me, let me know. I have them in my trunk.
All right, sweet.
All right. How are you? You're holding up though. Everything's good.
Yeah, man. I've been doing. I was fortunate enough before this entire lockdown thing happened. I was at a Sabres and I found a ton of Kurt Vonnegut novels. So I'm just like working my way through those two to help pass the time.
Sure. Well, that's good. You're just filling it all up with pious bullshit, right?
It's not pious. Hardly. The guy draws pictures of his own asshole on the.
Oh my god. How can it be pious? He's got a picture of his own asshole.
Have you not read any Vonnegut?
Yeah, I believe I have, right? That's Slaughterhouse-5, right?
Yeah, Slaughterhouse-5.
What's the other? Cat's Cradle?
Yep.
Those are the 2 I read. A bunch of them. I found him to be very, very pretentious.
Oh, well.
But I mean, fair. I also was like forced to read them. I wonder if I read them again as an adult when I want to, if I'd like them. Because there's a lot of books as a kid you're forced to read, and you just hate them on principle.
Yeah, no, I think I would give it another shot if I were you, because I don't like Gore Vidal is somebody that I find kind of like I still read him, but he definitely is incredibly pretentious. Whereas I think Vonnegut's just kind of he's like a peace advocate, but a lot of his characters it's just like silly, fun. It's good satire, especially the apocalyptic stuff, which is pretty therapeutic to.
I just think it's funny that we're talking about hardcore literature to a Twitch chat of people that probably haven't read anything beyond this chat room.
Yeah, well, I mean, there used to be this thing called books, and they were the thing for a while, for some centuries. What are you doing? How are you passing the time? Besides this show and.
I mean, that's it. This show.
Oh,
The show
okay.
consumes me. Everybody here can vouch that I've been making very, very, very subtle progress every episode.
Nice. I did the same on AM radio.
Yeah? How
I
many
didn't have to fill
episodes
3
of that
hours,
radio
though.
show did you do?
How many what?
How many episodes did you have?
Oh man, I didn't keep track. But I did it for probably like 5 years. I would say
I
at
think that
least
was always
100
my
to
favorite thing about
150.
you in that show, is like you would do it and you would promote it, but it always kind of seemed like you didn't care.
Well, it wasn't anything that I got super invested in because I wasn't making any money doing it. I just saw it as an excuse to get together with buddies and talk about current events and stuff. Because, like, a lot of comics are aware of what's going on. I think that's part of our nature to be informed with a society and what's happening current event wise. But at the same time, there's this hesitance on the part of most comics to talk about those issues on stage because you don't want to divide the room. Whereas within the security of just a studio that specializes in political subject matter, then otherwise comics that would otherwise not touch a political issue on stage with a 10-foot pole can go ahead and talk about Trump or abortion or gay marriage or ISIS or
Sure.
you know, whatever they want.
Keep going.
Oh, that's it. I mean,
I thought there was gonna be more. You just ended with like gay abortion Al Qaeda. Come on.
Gay, that's a great band name, I think.
Shout out to Cheeseburger Pie. He's gifted a bunch of tier 1 subscriptions to this channel. 7 total.
Oh.
He's really building a community here while you're on, Baril.
Oh, well, that's delightful. Tell Cheeseburger I think he's doing a great job.
Yeah. How do you feel about being the old man on these new kid formats?
Oh man, I don't care. I'll readily admit it. It's fine. I'm leaning into the whole old man thing. I'm wearing sweaters.
Yeah, you married a grandma. You kind of leaned head first in it.
I did. I think you sexually transmit like a lack of technological know-how and
just a lot of hardcore novel talk and Earl Grey tea.
Oh yeah, Earl Grey tea. Yep, novels. A lot of Scrabble. You know, it's
How much Scrabble have you played in the last week?
Oh my God, probably more than I've played in the last 6 years.
Really?
Yep.
You wanna up your game, right? Are you guys playing on an actual board or are you playing like on a computer?
No, actual board.
That's awesome. If you wanna up your game, man, look into a game called Upwards.
Upwards? Okay.
Yeah. So it's like I used to play Scrabble stuff, right? I was never good at it, but I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's this game called Upwards, and it's like just upwards, and I think there's like an exclamation point afterwards.
Okay.
But what it is it's Scrabble.
Yep.
But the tiles stack, so you can go over certain words.
Oh, it's like a mahjong kind of thing.
Kind of,
like
yeah, except you put different
Like
letters
reverse
on
mahjong.
top of other words. So like you can read,
cool.
like, you know, if it's like tier or like, you know, tear or whatever, you can change all I mean, that one wouldn't work, but whatever. The only example my dumbass brain could think of wouldn't work. I'm not very, I led with I'm not very good at it. I did lead with that. Shut up.
Well, you make it sound very entertaining.
It is. No, it's super fun. And if you like Scrabble, it takes it to a really next level place because it's really hard to, like, in Scrabble, and this is what happened to me with Scrabble, is I started playing Words with Friends a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I went back to Scrabble fucking pissed me off because I got used to where the triple word scores were in Words with Friends.
Oh, sure.
Because it's like a direct X, whereas like Scrabble's a pattern or whatever. I forget which one's which. Doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
But so I played the Upwards, and it's like, fuck, dude. Like, it's so much tougher and crazy, and it's awesome. I think
I'll
you would
check
really
it
like
out.
it.
I just searched for that in Google Play or something. Is it?
Yeah, I think
like an
let me
app or
see.
what?
Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can help you out real quick.
All right, please do.
And I'll share it in the
Please
chat, even though none of these people read.
How have you found it difficult to fill the 3 hours, or like how's that
Just
go?
while you're on the phone.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, man. Hey, how does Upwards work again? Corey? Give me an example.
Okay, but instead of like upwards, it's like the word. Get it?
Word up. Oh, sure.
Like, cause you're going up with your words. Oh shit, we got a hype train coming. Uh-oh, now there's a hype train going on.
A hype train?
Yeah, this is when
Is
people
that
go
like
crazy because there's like all kinds of like rewards and shit in the channel. Because Cheeseburger was gifting subscriptions, and then it went
Nice.
awesome. Let's see here. I got that. Where are you? There's Baril. Where's Baril?
Are
There's
you-
Baril. Boom. Check this out. Check this out, bro. I just provided you with an Amazon link to Upwards.
Thanks, man.
It's a Hasbro game if that does anything for you. Hype train.
It's not going to stop me.
All right, well, I'm
It's
going
not
to go
gonna
because
stop
we have a
me.
hype train, but thank you for calling in. Tell everybody where to get a hold of you.
At Robert Burrell 2 on Twitter, Robert Burrell on Facebook. You and I are going to be. I assume you're going to be doing the next one that Acme's doing in
Yeah,
April.
I'm going to do
whenever that
every
is,
single
right?
one they let me.
Oh yeah, me too. So otherwise, that's about it. Unless they want to come out to Hudson, and I'll do a show for one person.
How much will you charge for that?
How much would I'll charge $15, but you get a free copy of the album.
All right, you heard it here first. Very competitive prices. All right, buddy. Thanks for calling in, man. I'm glad you're doing okay.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me, man.
All right, buddy. Later.
Yep.
All right. Now that we got rid of that pesky caller, let's talk about this hype train. Choo-choo, bitches. Ran out of thoughts, 100 bits. Thank you so much. Braindead Redhead, thank you so much. Poog Devil Drug Christ Lord, thank you so much. 69. I put the notifications back on for the hype train. This shit is fucking great. Yeah, we're doing Corey's nightly board game analysis. We can talk old school board games that I used to play. All kinds of shit. Boom. Thank you. Yeah, just flood them in. Let's go. Hype train. What does it have to get to? I don't understand. We're already at level 3. This is a level 3. Cheeseburger Pie has contributed 6 subs to the train. Braindead has contributed 200 bits to the train. You guys are fucking killing it right now. Hype train it up, baby. Yeah, there we go. Can't wait for the hot Settlers of Catan take. You're going to have to wait. Nobody gives a shit about that game. I kind of hate that game, actually. It's not one of my favorites. It looks fun to play, but it's like Risk or fucking Axis and Allies. Like, I want to play a board game. I don't want to spend 3 hours setting some shit up only to play it for like 20 minutes. Like, that game, I feel like the setup is way longer than the game on that thing. Hell yeah, 76%. We're almost at that level 3. This is crazy. Crazy hype train. Yeah, well, it's not on easy mode. So here's the thing. It looks like it's on easy mode, but it's actually on hard mode. Because if you're trying to block people out of triple word scores and double word scores, the strategy takes a complete turn when you're playing Upward. It's great. I love it. Yeah, we knew what you meant. Upwards. Get it? I'll do a game of Risk right about now. I'd have a Donnybrook. Recommended highlights. I don't know how this works. The Real Drake Tungsten. I don't know who that is. 91%. We're almost there. We're almost at level 3. We got level 2. We're almost at level 3. Oh shit, there it is. And I put the sounds back on. Everybody's getting in on it. We're doing it. We're doing it, guys. We're fucking doing this shit. It's happening. It's happening. You've been waiting on my call and crying? No, you're not crying. Who's waiting on my call? Is that Brian? Did Brian get Twitch? Is that what happened? Let's do it. We'll call him right now in the middle of this hype train. We got to level 4. Actually, you know what? We're going to wait. We're going to wait till the hype train is over, and then we will call you, buddy. Because this is crazy. We're at level 4. Let me see what emotes we got from it. Extreme Love stuff. All the steel toe ones. Where'd the hype train bits go? There it is, yeah. Shoot, bitches. Woo, woo. Hey, it's Tom. Hey, what up, Tom? Oh, what up, Scott? Yeah, we'll call you. I'll call you. Calm down. Oh, Brian's calling. Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm doing just dandy.
We're in the middle of a hype train on Twitch.
What
Tell
was that?
everybody to donate. To Twitch.
Everybody donate on Twitch.
There you go. You're doing it, man.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm part of the solution.
You are part of the solution for a change.
Yeah, for once in my life.
I never thought I would see this day, but here we are. How are you
Here we
doing,
are.
buddy?
Not too bad. I watched a TV show tonight that had your buddy Andrew Santino on it.
Oh, nice. What show?
It's Dave. Do you know the rapper Little Dicky? Do you know him?
I do know the rapper Little Dicky.
Yeah,
Hype train! I'm
it's
just
a
going to
show.
keep yelling about this hype train, though, because they're just going, and it's pretty
Hype
great.
train!
Yeah. So they have this,
Anyway,
like, weird game on Twitch where the hype train, and people donate or sub, it goes up, and, like, there's, like, bonuses and stuff. It's kind of a fun little... We got 2 minutes left of it, so that's what I'm just yelling about it. We got the hype train, so I'm going to just keep yelling
Hype train!
Hype train!
Hype train!
Yeah, come on. Really throw yourself into this one. You don't have to go volume, but just passion.
Hype train, motherfuckers. It's
Damn.
the hype train. Now! Do it now!
I like this new promotion, Brian. I like it.
I'll fucking Flavor Flav this motherfucker up, boy.
I had some political stuff I wanted to talk to you about.
Yep. Let's hear it.
Well, okay. So, do you want the easy one first, or you want the brutal one?
Let's go easy.
How do you feel about Trump, like, right now? Like, you think he's handling this the way he should?
Well, I mean, here's the thing about Trump. There aren't different rules for Trump, but there are different expectations. So, I'm not a huge Trump guy, but I mean, do I think he's doing?
They're screaming political hype train.
Yeah. Do I think he's doing bad for what I expect from him? No, he's doing okay. Do I think that he has made all the right moves on this? No. I think initially he and lots of other people downplayed this, and they probably didn't fully understand how bad it was.
Is your real name
But I
Tom
also don't
McBrien?
think-
People are asking.
Tom McBrien?
Yeah.
But I also don't think that any president can snap their fingers.
I like how you didn't even answer it just straight in. Attaboy. Don't let these Twitch users get to you, man. Fuck them. Plow ahead.
Fuck them, man.
Yeah. We're at an 88% hype train right now. We almost hit level 4. We're 12%
Goddamn.
away. Somebody said sounds
Anyway.
about right. He's probably faking cancer too. Are you faking cancer, Brian?
Am I?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm faking it. I probably have it. I got that, and a little bit of the diabetes, some hysterical pregnancy. You know how it goes.
So responsibly say hype train. Help people out a little bit.
Hype train.
It's like don't overexert yourself. We're not trying to kill you.
4 out of 5 doctors recommend that you participate in the hype train.
I like that.
Yeah.
Where were all these sweet commercial takes when our podcast was still alive?
I don't know. We should have developed that. There's still time. We'll be back.
Oh, boo! Hype train is gone.
Oh, well, we did what we could.
Choo-choo.
So what's the hard one?
The hard one's not hard. It's just brutal. That's thank you for 10 subs, 2,642 bits over that hype train. You guys are awesome. Emotes are being delivered to the supporters, so everybody on this channel gets free emotes. That's kind of cool, right? Or just the
Yep.
people that support it. So you don't get any emotes, bro. Hold on one sec. We won kind of. Whoa, Sue was asking if we won. All right, let's get into this, right?
Yeah.
So, and I haven't even gone over the story with the listeners yet. So I'm just gonna say it as it is, right?
Yeah.
So when Joe Biden says he believes all women, does that include Tara Reid?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No, because I remember, if you remember, during the 2018 election, Keith Ellison had an accuser. And the accuser, I don't think he wasn't accused of sexual assault, but he was accused of, of physical assault.
3 people just put unregulated radio in the house, bitch.
But anyway, so
hold on. One of the people, Otsu, just said, "Fucking, this is my prize," and then put a lame ass goose with a snake apple emoji.
I don't know what that means.
This is like pretty funny. Basically, everybody was having fun, and the prizes didn't seem to manage the fun.
Oh, well, there you go.
There we go. All right, continue. No, so like it's interesting because Joe Biden was a guy that's like, I believe all accusers, and now he has accusers.
Well, he has accusers, and he has always been called Creepy Joe.
Yeah, because
he's always been overly touchy, and frankly, not to give him any kind of pass on this, but you can't tell me that someone who's been in the Senate as long as him didn't take advantage of it back in the day when women didn't have a voice, when men could do whatever they wanted without any repercussions. You can't tell me that.
Right.
And it sounds like this.
I mean, they could tell you it, but you're not going to believe it.
Well, and this Tara Reid seems pretty credible.
Yeah, I would think. I mean, I think most people are credible that come forward.
Conspiracy theory?
Yeah, yes, I do.
Yeah. Well, I'll just finish the last thing about Keith Ellison. All of my Democrat friends who had just gone through the Me Too stuff were very quick on Keith Ellison's accuser to say, oh, no, that's just a crazy ex-girlfriend. So when it's somebody they like, it's amazing how quickly people all of a sudden don't believe everybody.
I mean,
but here's
Ellison's like one of the most, that dude is a controversy magnet, and people just stand by him.
Yeah, but here's the theories. With the coronavirus,
Here, hold on. You're cutting out. Hold on. I'm going to call you right back, okay? Hold on. Sometimes, and this has happened before, the Facebook app gets all fucked up because it just decides it wants to. So we have to close out everything. There we go. We got that all taken care of. And now, back up and running. And good. And good. And good. There we go. I think that'll work.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's way better. I don't know. Sometimes this app gets all fucking like glitchy.
I was in my basement. I moved upstairs.
Oh, well, I mean, this is on you then. You could just connect to Wi-Fi like a normal human being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
okay, so hold on. Let's stop because you were glitching out. So this is your theory about it. Let's start over. This is your theory on it.
Yeah. So with the coronavirus messing up, the Democratic primaries, I think that the Democrats are going to say, let's get rid of the primaries this year. Let's go to the convention and let the delegates pick who the nominee is going to be at the convention, because that way they don't have to pick Bernie or Biden. They can pick somebody completely different, because the Democrats voted for Biden because they wanted to put the brakes on Bernie, but they don't want Biden either because he's a crazy old man.
So who do you think they want then?
Well, I mean, I think that there'll be lots of names that pop up, but Elizabeth Warren comes back up.
Ugh.
Or Andrew Cuomo is a name from New York that I hear a lot. I still think I'm always surprised when the Democrats pick an old white guy. So I keep waiting for them to pick, the dynamic person of color, but they seem to not do that.
Mikey Two Minutes just wrote Ventura 2020.
But so I mean, I think that's kind of a plausible thing that might happen. And if they go to the convention, it will not be Biden that they choose.
You really believe that it's not going to be Biden?
Well, I think that if they go to the convention and have it be an open convention without pledged delegates.
But if it's an open convention, isn't that just a recipe for Bernie winning?
Well, it could be, but I mean,
because my understanding of what goes on, and I don't understand it nearly as well as you do, but my understanding is like this was like a fuck Bernie at all costs type maneuver with Biden.
Yeah, well, once.
Because that's, I mean, Bloomberg, I think Bloomberg was only put in that race to help Biden because for two of the debates, they just could beat up on him and Biden could just be right there as they just beat up on everybody, eliminating people. Because if Biden had been in the whole time, he probably would have been in the crosshairs a lot more if Bloomberg wasn't there.
Well, but Bloomberg also said that no matter who the nominee was, that he was going to keep all of his field offices open and keep all of his employees working for the nominee, and he didn't do that. He closed up shop pretty quick. So I'm not sure exactly what Bloomberg's real role was there. But I mean, hell, Hillary Clinton could pop back up. Wouldn't that be something?
There's no fucking way. Michelle Obama would pop up before fucking Hillary pops up again.
Well, I don't think it'll be Hillary. But you could see Michelle Obama waltzing in there, being the consensus candidate, and she will whoop Trump in the general.
Motor City Dave said Biden has aged a lot in the last 3 years. He looks ancient. Warren is perfect for deciding rules on corporate welfare.
Well, I mean, Biden, you can't ignore, just how bad his speech pattern is compared to years past. I think he definitely has, he's an old dude. I think that there's just some legitimately physical things wrong with him.
Yeah, not to spread any rumors or anything, but that to me, and this is just my opinion, this is not based on any medical facts or anything, but that to me looks like early onsetting Alzheimer's.
It certainly does.
Like the dude is like he's fucking up his sister, his wife, and his daughter. Like that's not something that happens till your brain starts to fry.
Well, and he's been a politician damn near his whole life, and he's just losing it now. He doesn't have the self-control that he once had to not argue.
Freaky Deaky just wrote, I will say Bill Clinton looks better in a dress than Hillary.
Hillary's a very handsome woman.
What are you trying to say about Clinton, Bill, sir?
Not my cup of tea. Bill's too nice. I like my women mean.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He's too nice for you?
He's too nice.
So what, getting these checks back and so, this is because this coronavirus and all this just seems to be shortening the campaign trail. Kind of, but the campaign trail. There's this all has to be in the benefit of Trump, right? Because not just because he's Trump, but just because he's the incumbent.
If it ends up being Biden versus Trump, I think that sets up very well for Trump.
Who do you think he has troubles with?
Well, here's the thing about Bernie. Bernie is a socialist, and he scares middle America, but his people work. His people are very similar to Trump's people. So I wouldn't discount out of hand, the Bernie machine just because they work so hard. But I think almost any female gives Trump problems. If it's Michelle Obama, even Elizabeth Warren, I think that the Democrats would coalesce behind her, even though she's not a perfect candidate. But,
how do we get Gabbard back? That's all I care about.
What was that?
How do we get Tulsi back? That's all I care about.
Oh, love me some Tulsi.
God.
But here's the
she
thing
should be applauded by how she just reduced Kamala Harris to a fucking web bite.
Yeah, she took her out. Here's the problem with that $1,200. Okay, yeah, so it's like 1 month's rent for people. Great. I mean, I don't think that this is going to be the end all be all that some people think it's going to be, but
I think it's weird that when you do the math, that 1,200 per person, it's only like 9%, or yeah, like 9% of that, like whatever trillions they're giving out.
yeah.
Like that's crazy to me.
Well, and I'm not, I certainly am not an expert on everything that's in there. There's a whole lot of bullshit pork. I'm not somebody who discounts corporate stuff out of hand because they employ people. You want your job saved. Sometimes you have to do stuff like that, but it all depends on what safety guards are put around it, and I don't have any of that detail. But for everybody who's saying, oh, it's just a big slush fund, well, you know what? The Democrats voted for it too.
Well, and that kind of was like, I don't know, man. That was like fucking garbage. That whole situation. Like, I'm not saying the outcome was garbage because people needed that, and I'm glad people are getting that. But the like real thing is that it's fucking a just trash ass thing that the Republicans and the Democrats were doing that garbage political gamesmanship while it was happening, because people don't really follow that. But what happened was the Dems tried to sneak in some SNAP funding and like 3 other things from the Green New Deal. And the Senate was like, whoa, what the fuck? And then the Senate's like, here you go. And then they were trying to sneak in like extra slush funds. And the Dems were like, what the fuck? And then everybody on Facebook is like, this is why this other side is wrong. And it's like, didn't you see them both do the same fucking thing?
Oh yeah, no, they both did it. I mean, there is nobody no party in Washington D.C. that gives a shit about the deficit anymore. I mean, that's just done. The debt, the deficit, the national debt, all of it. I mean, they're just gonna let it run.
Yeah. Well, what a bunch of garbage, huh?
What a bunch of garbage, huh?
We look forward to talking with you more. I got a bunch of other people to get to.
All right, man. Have a good night.
I love you. Thank you
Hype
for
train.
What?
Hype train.
The hype train is gone.
All right, fuck it then.
Yeah. Somebody goes, who's dumb enough to use that check to pay rent? I mean, that's a good point, right? Like, because nobody's getting evicted right now, right? Like, you just cough on somebody and you're good.
Yeah, pretty much.
That counts as legal advice, right?
Yeah, exactly. But it's all going to come due someday.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like. So what do you like? Trump's getting reelected, right?
I mean, before all this went down, I was pretty darn convinced of it. I mean, I still think it remains to be seen how bad it gets, but I think eventually people are going to be tired of being inside and they're going to start blaming somebody, and I don't think they're going to blame him.
Yeah, Dave said it's weird how we rescued airline workers just to have them laid off immediately.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of bullshit with that.
What is your biggest bullshit of all this? Like, what's making you the maddest as you like look over all the bullshit? Because I know you see it in a spectrum a lot of people don't.
Well, I mean, my opinion's morphing a little bit, because originally I was kind of one of those people that said that, that the cure is going to be worse than disease, and I don't know. I don't know that there is a good way to deal with this, because I think you do have to isolate people, which means keeping people out of work, and then that means people are out of work, and so then they're going to be in financial trouble eventually.
You know what it kind of reminds me of?
Huh?
It reminds me kind of the modern farming industry. How the whole industry was so antiquated that it was kind of being outsourced, but then the government made it so dependent on government subsidies that it's almost impossible to run a farm without a handout.
Well, I mean, okay, so you asked me what makes me maddest?
Yeah.
I am mad at the Twitter tough guys that are telling, men, women, moms and dads, other people, that they are bad people for wanting to work as long as they can.
Right.
There's a happy medium somewhere, and we don't know where it is. But, the Twitter tough guys don't know what's best for someone's family, and they don't know that destroying someone's income, their business, their livelihood is going to save any grandmas and grandpas.
Right.
We
exactly.
don't know that.
It does seem very knee-jerky and panic oriented.
Yeah.
It seems like they just, I don't know. Like, how do you, so When do you think things get back to normal? May 1st?
No. I think that July at the earliest, if you ask me. Not that I know anything, but
Because you know.
Fucking nothing.
Yes. Bly Dog just said that in chat, and I made him say it. I made him say it just for you, Bly Dog. Mikey Two Milks, thanks for hosting. Yeah, I mean it's like when. So when do you think it's like you're thinking end of summer?
Well, it depends because we're going to have to let people go to work earlier than they should.
Right, but then doesn't that like alleviate the whole like because this is like it's that Hammer and Dance article that I shared earlier this week where it just if we let people out earlier, which we have to do, doesn't that start all this shit up again?
Yeah, you're gonna have flare-ups for sure. I mean, like if they try to start baseball on June 1st, well, the first time somebody on the Oakland A's catches it, then we're gonna have to shut down the whole season again. So you can't do it. But I think
how long is it sustainable for the government to just keep paying unemployment like they're doing?
Well, I mean, in Minnesota, we had a $1.5 billion surplus in the unemployment insurance account, and that only lasts so long. It's federally guaranteed. So, I mean, the federal government can keep printing money, that's for sure, but we all know what that leads to. That's just inflation, and then the money's worth less.
Welcome to New Venezuela.
Giddy up.
Ugh, there's no path in or out of this that leads in anybody being happy, is there?
No. There's no way. There's no way for this to end well, and this isn't even like the end of days. I mean, something worse is going to happen, and this is what we did for this. What are we going to do for the next thing, which might be worse?
Why do I feel like you're giving us insider trading tips on that? Hey guys,
Well,
just so you know, there's a comic coming that I can't talk about.
Yeah, well, don't worry. I'll text you.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, man. Tell people where to get a hold of you.
You can find me on Facebook at Brian R. McDaniel or on Twitter or Instagram at Brian R. McDaniel. That's it.
What about your podcasts?
Oh, and then there's Unregulated Radio, which is at urrpodcast.com on Twitter. Also, you can find me at Wrong About Every, which is Wrong About Everything, which I'm on as well. And that's about it.
All right. And is Wrong About Everything still doing episodes?
We are. Yep. We're doing so more live streaming too. So we have a new one that was up on Friday.
Awesome. Well, all right.
Cool.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
All right.
We'll have you back. You're the man. Keep it golden out there, pony boy.
All right. Take it easy, man.
All right. Bye. Brian McDaniel, my co-host on Unregulated Radio. Kind of a guy in the know when it comes to politics because he works for them. He's the swamp, as he likes to say. Yeah, I think the main concern is that who knows when and if this is going to get back to normal because it doesn't really feel like that's ever going to be the case, you know? But whatever. We'll do whatever. I'm going to call my buddy Scott now. We're going to just keep the calls rolling. This is how we go.
Hello.
Hi.
What's up, motherfucker? Oh, can I swear in your show?
Yeah, you can fucking swear on my show. What is this? Fucking America?
What's up,
Yeah,
motherfucker?
What's up, buddy? How are you?
I'm good. I was just listening for the first time. I was like, okay, I'm going to be on this fucking thing. I should probably listen to it because it could be like, oh, welcome to the Corey Adam Clan Hour. Here's our guest.
It's not too clanny this night.
No, not tonight? Okay. Well. Yeah. So, thanks for having me on.
I know you were very mad that it wasn't a video thing, so I actually saved that picture that you wanted.
Oh, good.
And so that's what we will use for you.
So much.
Tell them a little bit about yourself, Scott. Who are you? Where can they find you?
You can find me at the strip club, or you can find me trolling Corey's Republican followers.
That's true. You do like to do that.
But yeah, I mean, I'm the DJ at the Minneapolis Spearmint Rhino. We are a non-essential business, apparently, which really pisses me off because I just found out that chiropractors are considered an essential business, and we are way more
if titties
useful.
aren't essential, what is?
Yeah, and chiropractors are not useful. We are.
Right.
Like it's just it. Go see. You have a magic 8-ball. That's what you need instead of a chiropractor, or just I don't know, one of those little like.
It'd be interesting to see if like acupuncture or fucking like cupping is still allowed to be open.
Oh my god, yeah.
Because like you know that they're only plowing you down off some bullshit because they're like, we don't need no titty bars in our house.
You know, there should be just like a video conference kind of thing, and you can make it rain Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You know, they could do some kind of graphic, like a hologram thing, like CNN does, where they have like Wolf Blitzer as a hologram during the election season.
That's crazy. I don't like him. It scares me. It scares me that we're empowering Wolf Blitzer with hologram powers.
Oh my god, that guy. Is he still a thing? I honestly have not.
God, I hope not.
I do really like Anderson
You're the
Cooper.
lefty. You tell me. I don't know.
I like Anderson Cooper and I like Fareed, but neither of them. I like neither of them enough to actually turn.
I don't like Anderson
don't
Cooper. I never had
cable.
Anderson Cooper. Just looks like a haunted mannequin to me, and it creeps me out.
I don't know. I dig him, and I listened to Fareed Sakari on this podcast, and I was just really like, the guy's just super smart, and I really like listening to him. But like, as far as I hate cable news. I mean, I only get my news from Alex Jones and Breitbart, just like you. So.
Okay, first off, asshole. Reason is my primary news site. Breitbart and Alex Jones, not so much.
You know, I like fucking with you. But yeah, I really like Fareed Sakari anyway. Am I saying that right? Is that what?
So okay, so the titty bars are closed. You're out of work, right?
Yes.
So are you just how has everything been treating you as far as like being home and secluded?
Well, I mean, I live with my girlfriend, and I got my son. Some days, like we kind of just trade him back and forth, and hopefully, he doesn't get it from one of us, and then we send him back to the other parent. So we're hoping that works out. But otherwise, I mean, I do have company, and then I also have a dog, so I have plenty of excuse to leave the house and go for walks and the dog park. So. We went to, I invited a friend the other day to meet us at the dog park, and it's great because your dog can run around and you get plenty of exercise and you can have a decent conversation while staying 6 feet away from somebody.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
I'm honestly
you know,
not.
What's good for that? The phone.
Yeah, the phone. But I don't know, there's just something about it. It's like, you know, people who talk about reading a book on a tablet versus reading a book, you know.
Yeah, I can't do that. I gotta have the book.
Yeah, so it's nice to just stand next to somebody, you know, 6 feet away from them even, like, and have an actual conversation and hear another human being's voice, like in real time instead of on podcast. So, yeah. Or Twitch. What's it called? This
is Twitch. We are live streaming a radio show to Twitch. I guess the technical term would be video on demand.
Okay, yeah, I'm too old to keep up, man.
Yeah, I'm like at the cusp of where I'm not too old to keep up, but I'm definitely at the point where I'm too lazy to keep up as much as I used to.
Yeah, I just, you know, all of my like staying current with like what pop culture and what the kids
Motor
are doing
City
these
Dave
days.
says I love my Kindle Paperwhite.
The thing I do is I work with strippers. They're like 18 to like, you know, usually between 18 and 25, most of them.
Sure.
And so I get to learn all the lingo of the kids, and then I can learn, and then I can use it, and then ruin it. Like as soon as you're somebody over 40 uses like, you know, like when I started the first time I said on fleek, everybody stopped saying on fleek.
Oh, dude, on fleek is my favorite one. I still use it all the time to just throw it in people's faces. Like it's my favorite. It's literally my favorite piece of slang that I've commandeered.
Yeah, but you're too old to use it, and therefore, right. Like, you know, but all the kids have stopped using it. They stopped using it back in 2013 when I said it.
Right. Well, it's like the kids don't gravitate. It's I was having this conversation with I think my mom where she was talking about how like she doesn't know what my sister's doing, and I go, yeah, that's because she's not on Facebook. And my mom goes, she has a Facebook. I go, yeah, but that's not. She's on Instagram. She's on Tumblr. And she's like, why would she be on those? I go, because you're not there.
Yeah, all the shit that matters is on Snapchat and Instagram and whatever.
Right, else. Or like fucking, I mean, Discord is a huge one now too.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all everywhere. How are you holding up though? Is everything okay? You're not going stir crazy yet?
No, man, things are going great. I try to stay away from the news as much as possible. I was just listening to you and the previous guy Brian talk about the Joe Biden thing,
Which is hilarious to me. I mean, it's. I know that you're a leftist. I get that, but like, you have to understand. Even with Keith Ellison, like I see a certain amount of hypocrisy sometimes with this shit.
Yeah, and I think I look at the initial reaction from the people who are accused of things, like back when Robert Mueller, somebody came forward and accused Robert Mueller of some kind of like sexual misconduct during the
right, like right as it was about to be judge verdict, and you're like,
yeah, or was it sexual? I honestly don't remember. There's so many like things that that come through. Anyway, but he's like, no, we're going to do a full investigation on this, and that is the proper way to respond to those accusations. To just go like, well, this person is a liar and blah, blah, blah. That's not how you do it. You go, okay, well, I insist that we conduct. And Franken did it right,
well, do you
too.
think, yeah, but I was going to say, I think that's more about how you act when you're guilty versus not guilty.
Yeah. And Biden also called for an investigation, but of course it's really tough to do one under the circumstances. And then you look at some of the shit that the woman said, and I'm actually not going to take a side in this. I don't like Biden. He was my very bottom of the list.
Well, you'll still vote for him, right?
If they resurrected Richard M. Nixon and injected him with Serpentor's DNA, and that's a G.I. Joe deep cut.
Yeah, that is a deep cut, man.
Yeah, and then ran him against Donald Trump, I would vote for Nixon Serpentor.
What if Nixon Serpentor was running against Snake Eyes though?
Gotta
go Snake Eyes, right? I don't know what it is. I trust that ninja, man. I always have.
Yeah, but he's a G.I. Joe.
Yeah, kind of. Is he? I mean, we've never seen his face.
Yeah.
He might be a Cobra operative underneath a mask.
But he's too bad.
I always thought him and Scorpion were the same guy.
No,
Desert Scorpion.
He and what's Cobra Ninjas? We just called him the Cobra Ninja. Was that his
Desert Scorpion? Name? That was his name.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Like they were, they're mortal enemies.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. But yeah, like I think the weird thing is not about these, but just the hypocrisy, like of it, where it's like I think the whole point of like pointing out the hypocrisy and talking about it is that this is important to remember when charges are levied against anyone you like or don't like. Is that I always say I don't believe all accusers, but I also don't believe all defenders either. Like
I think all accusers should be listened to.
Oh, I think that there's a big, and that's my whole thing, is I think there's a big difference between listening to somebody and just automatically believing them. Because if you're just going to automatically believe anybody that comes out with anything, that is a slippery slope that gets dangerous. But if you're going to ignore them under the guise of I don't believe you, that's also dangerous.
And I also automatically don't believe people who come out during an election. Like it's just like it's my default position is if it's during an like I honestly wonder if Bernie Sanders was 300 400 vote delegates ahead at this moment, how many people would be coming forward accusing Bernie Sanders? And also this is a massive difference is that Sanders people are like the really hardcore Sanders people are just like this hardcore Trump people. They will not.
There's no difference, man. I mean, I know that you laugh at me all the time about that, but like this is what I'm talking about when I say they're both the same. Like the way that they go about doing the controlling is different, but the end result of how they play to people, I mean, like Bernie's rabid fan base is as obnoxious as Trump's rabid fan base.
Yeah, but they're also like, we want like everybody to not die from getting sick and not go completely bankrupt if they have to go to the hospital. Whereas Trump people are like, well, Hitler's fine as long as the economy's all right. It's really weird. But you
understand how hyperbolic both of what you just said is. That's not really where the reality is.
It is though. Like,
it's not
really,
though. You're arriving at these hyperbolic narratives that aren't really what happened.
I listened to a guy sit there and go on and on about like, well, fine, what if this is during the 2016 election? He's like, well, what if Trump says racist things all the time, but still ends up being a really good president? He can't. You by definition.
No, he literally
can.
You
don't belong there. Like,
statistically,
no,
most presidents were racist.
Ignore. Yes and no, but like there's a certain way. Like that's a deep dive. If you
Oh,
want
I
to go
agree. No,
into-
I agree that it's a
Oh,
bigger
yeah, well, you know,
conversation. I agree.
Teddy Roosevelt was the least racist president up until his time, but he still fucked up. You know, like he was the
Well,
first
they
guy
all
to have a
fuck
black
up.
guy
I mean, I don't
sit
know that you
across
can
from
name
him
like
at
honestly
at
the
the
only
table.
president that didn't really fuck up was probably Ford, and he got crucified for it.
Ford didn't have time to fuck up.
Well, but like him acquitting Nixon was like the best thing he could do just to help the country get past it, and he was absolutely crucified for it. And it was the right decision to make. Otherwise, he's in the news cycle forever.
Mm.
There's no way America can move on from Nixon if he's not acquitted at that moment. He was already removed from office. There was no any kind of consequences. It's just by acquitting him, it removes him from the narrative. But Ford knew that, and he still linked his name to it. Like, that's the crazy thing about Ford.
I love how we started off. And you, I sensed this a number of times. You were really trying to keep me on topic, just kind of centering around the basic idea of the quarantine and like.
Yeah.
And now we're on.
I knew it would devolve into this. I knew what
and
was
I'm
going to happen.
sorry about this. I do this to people all the time. This is.
That's because you say hyperbolic weird shit. And like, yeah, some of it is based in fact, but you do that fucking if this, then that fallacy to arrive at a like, yeah, I mean, if you're grabbing pussies and saying go Nazis, you shouldn't be president. Like,
yeah,
well, that's not what happened.
So. I'm going to call in every day.
You should, man. I'm telling you, I'm doing this. I'm like, so my whole profession blew up. I can't do comedy anymore. The only thing I ever did before that was wait tables. I have no way to make any real money anymore. So I'm basically just doing a 3-hour radio show on Twitch, and you are always welcome to call in. And we will call in another time when we have more time so that you and I can really get into it. Because you and I were talking about starting a podcast of us getting into it. Because you're my favorite person to have discourse with.
That is very sweet.
I love watching you eat up some of the people while you're like watching you on my Facebook is like watching art sometimes. Because you troll these people into these undefendable stances, and then you just hammer them.
I just, I really, it's not even. Here's my big thing is I just want people to do more research.
Yeah.
Like you guys were talking earlier about the in and out of the stimulus package that was just passed or whatever it's called.
Yep.
There is so much neat shit in there. Like when the Democrats delayed it, and then the final version that came out included all these provisions that basically just block like Steve Mnuchin and Jared Kushner from like raping and pillaging at that point. Like there's a lot of shit in there that was allowed.
The gamesmanship that
so
went into
much.
both sides back and forth and putting shit in there was pretty fucking skeezy.
There was a bit of that, but honestly, the stuff that the Democrats put in is so much work. Like they did so much to like just stop the Trump administration from just handing out billions of dollars to themselves.
Right, but they also tried to tack in stuff from the Green New Deal, which was voted down by Congress. Like this is how piggyback bills work, and this is this is the garbage thing that I was just talking with Brian about. Is I watch Facebook, and it's so funny to me how everybody I know, and you actually didn't do that. I got to tell you, you did not do this, and I'm proud of you for this. But almost everybody else I saw that aligns to the left or to the right, they were just blasting the other side. Like, this is no time for politics. And then the moment the other one came in, they're like, finally, they're doing something right. It's like, you guys are both just underhandedly piggybacking the fuck out of this, which I'm not saying I'm surprised or I didn't see coming. It's really funny how one side or the other only acknowledges what their enemies are doing, you know?
Mm-hmm. No, I firmly agree. I'm going to send you this podcast from an actual lawyer who read
I love me some lawyer podcasts.
1,400 pages of the and I'll actually since for your listeners out there, we're
at 20 viewers, motherfucker. Get fucked.
Oh, well, shit. Sorry, everybody. I hope by acknowledging
that's
that you don't
that's a
exist,
libertarian crowd. I'll have you know, 20 people. That's about as big as we get.
Yeah, I mean that's the entire Libertarian Party of Minnesota.
No, it's not.
Anyway, it's okay. You guys got like 25. But so the podcast is called Opening Arguments.
Okay.
And they are very, very left-leaning, very liberal. They acknowledge it. They are really good at it's an actual lawyer and another guy who's just like an interviewer and partner in the whole thing.
Okay.
And
Well, hey,
they
I'll tell you
acknowledge
what.
their
We're actually coming up.
biases
We're
and
coming up
they-
on time. I've got.
Okay.
Everybody ran long because that's 22 viewers. Fuck you. Ha ha. But no, we'll do this again. We'll have you on. I'm sorry I had you in the queue for so long. Mary Mac went longer, and then Robert. It's just kind of like the whole show of today has been really fucking weird.
No, man, I've been killing O'Driscoll's all night, so.
Attaboy. All right, man. Well, fucking, I'm going to hit you up again. We will have you back on, and you and I will go at it some more. I'm glad that you're doing okay.
All right.
All right, buddy. Have a great night.
Keep it up.
All right,
Take
bye.
care.
All right, that was Scott, my resident Demi friend. Let's see here. Where are we? Oh, man. This show got away from us today. Let's be honest about that. We've learned a lot. And we've also learned very little, if you can believe that. That's how that goes sometimes. So, all right. I think it's time to talk to Tovar. We haven't done that yet. We should probably get Tovar on the line. Let's see what he's getting into. Let's get a different fucking thing. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're trying.
Hey, buddy.
What up, guy?
Let me find my remote so I can mute my television before we get some feedback here.
That's all right. Do it up.
All right, we're all good. Yeah, we're all good.
Let's see here. We will do pause. Will that work? Can they still hear
Pause.
you?
What are you pausing? I can hear me.
Intermission. I'm going to change this to be Tovar's thing. Tovar, tell them who you are. I got to pee.
Intermission. Oh, I like this new background. Hi, guys. I'm Stephen Tovar. I'm Corey Adams' friend and neighbor in the beautiful town of Hopkins, St. Louis Park. I'm just another guy up Schitt's Creek like everybody else. How you guys doing? I've been paying attention to the comments, sort of. I'm working on my show for Monday, which you guys are welcome to tune into on Twitch, Tovarius_79. It's just going to be a bunch of an hour-long news program. See if I actually get through a whole hour of it. I'm in the middle of working out this program that Corey's been using for the last 2 weeks, the Streamlabs OBS. I was really frustrated with it earlier today, but I think I'm starting to get the hang of it, and yeah, it's not so bad. What did I write in my journal today? Today, when Corey gets back, we're going to talk about how to travel safely in this new world where you have to have a multi-pass. And what to do if riots break out. What's going on, guys? Brown-headed child? Is that? I probably butchered that name. I hear Corey stirring in the back. He's probably taking a Waz and getting something to eat as per usual. Saturday night, it's been kind of a shitty day today. I think a snow sport's supposed to start here, which is kind of crappy. Nobody's looking forward to that, right? I feel like you're extra. Brain dead redhead. I get it. What's going on? How are ya? What else do I want to talk about tonight? Nothing really. I've kind of had just an easy day. It sucks. I feel extra cramped up in the house today because of the weather. I should have gone out and then walked more. Went out for a drive today. I was surprised how many people are still out and about. I don't think we'll get to the point of riots. I don't think here in Minnesota we're going to get to the point of riots. I think there are some places in the country that are definitely going to probably see some rioting. How bad it is, I don't know. And I guess it all depends on how quick we get our money, too. How fast that drags out. Because, Toby time warm-up, yeah. I think it all depends on how quickly they get money to people. Because I know there's probably millions of people broke as fuck now. Branded red.
All right, we're back. Hello.
Oh, wow. I figured you'd be a little
hi.
longer. Welcome.
How are you?
We're talking about the possibility of seeing riots here in Minnesota.
Oh, you're not going to see riots yet.
I don't think so either. No, not yet. I mean, I don't think Minnesota will see riots. I think that there will be, New York, Chicago. I could see it definitely happening. Probably L.A. You already see people. Rhode Island started pulling people over today. Started going house to house looking for people from New York. Nah, I was waiting for this picture to go up.
Yeah. I was going to do it the first week, but I didn't, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this picture. This is my alternate. I was actually going to talk to you about having a call-in with Krampus, my alternate clown personality.
Well, here, I can hang up and call him back right now.
No, I don't have any material written for him.
Here,
yet,
I'll call him back. Here, I'll call him back. Fucking asshole. Tell me you have an alter ego and then act like I'm not going to call it right away? Pfft, rookie mistake, Tovar. You know better than that, brother.
Hey, what the hell's going on?
In my head, I just imagined you were running around looking for that bike horn.
What the hell are you doing interrupting me on a Saturday? Don't you know? They canceled all the orgies. I got no orgies on my freaking... What's going on, Corey Adam?
Hi. Oh, he found it. He found the goddamn horn.
Of course I found the goddamn horn. It's never 2 feet from my side. What else do you think I'm doing? I'm honking my own horn. I'm not allowed to touch anybody else.
How's being a clown these days?
Fucking sucks.
Why does it fucking suck?
They won't let me 100 feet away from the kids. It was already bad enough. It was 50 feet before this, but now it's 100.
Oh, so you're not supposed to be around kids?
Well, I mean, that's what the judge said, but that was before the virus broke out, you know?
Yeah, now they just need babysitters.
Everybody needs a babysitter. There's no school. I'll teach your kids math. I'll teach them algebra. I'll teach them how to swallow. Anything you need to know.
Jesus, wait, what? Did you just say you'll teach my kids how to swallow?
Where else are they going to learn, Corey? In clown school? You don't want to learn how to swallow in clown school, Corey. That's a bad lesson to learn in clown school.
Why would you? You just not teach people that, what? I feel like you're a predator, man.
Hey, man, we all got to make by. We all got to make by in this new life, Corey Adam.
Yeah? Is that real?
Well, I mean, if you don't got groceries, if all you got is a horn and jokes to make a living, Corey Adam, you're probably going to end up having to touch some kids.
Wow. All right. I didn't know that. I've put you on this page with me so people can see how I'm reacting. I don't like you over my shoulder.
Who wants a clown over their shoulder, if I can be honest?
Nobody. Nobody wants that.
So what do you want from me, Corey Adam? Why are you bugging me on this Saturday night? I'm over here sad. I'm depressed. My wife left me 2 months before this whole apocalypse shit started. All my orgies got canceled. Well, because of the orgies. You know, you can't have clown wives and orgies at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like you could if you were better at the clown wives.
I'm really bad at clown wives. I've had like 15 of them, Corey Adam.
How many are still alive?
As many as they're still in that stupid fucking clown car. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, so did you just confess to murdering people in a clown car?
Why would I do that on your show? Why would I do that on your show?
Yeah, I feel like you're making me an accessory right now, Cramp Boy or whatever.
It's Krampus.
Cramp Boy?
Cramp Boy. You know, I know where you live, Corey Adam. You better watch it with them jokes. You don't got stages anymore to protect you.
Or what? You'll come sweep me with your blue, purplish hair?
I'm getting a cough, Corey Adam.
There's no cops coming. If you call the cops, they'll arrest you, you pedophile clown.
I'm not calling the cops. I'm saying I'm getting a cough.
Oh, you're getting a cough.
I'm a cough on all your door handles. I'm a cough on your windows. I'm a cough on your girlfriend's car.
Don't cough on shit. You know what? I'm going to hang up on you right now. I'm going to call Tovar back. I hate you. Get fucked.
That's probably a good idea, Corey. I'll see you later, you fuckface.
All right, that was whoever the fuck that was, right? Because Tovar has a clown identity now? It's really upsetting if we're honest. Who the fuck was that?
That was weird, man. It's like all of a sudden my phone wasn't working. It got deported to some weird dimension.
Yeah, it was really weird, man.
Yeah.
It was like you were fucking kids or something.
I don't know about all that, man. It's some weird thing that I don't know. Just every once in a while, my phone disappears.
Okay.
This is what happens when you want to talk to a clown without letting them write material first.
Yeah, right. Somebody put. I hope this bit gets coronavirus.
Oh God. Oh wow. Wow, that was a long time ago. That picture you have up now. Jesus Christ. That was a good year. That was a good 12 years before the apocalypse.
Yeah. Look at how young you look.
Yeah, it looks scary young, right?
Somebody was asking if you write child rape ideas in your journal.
I do now.
All right, well, Tovar, we got you here. This
Yeah,
whole
man,
show has
you do
been
got me
disjointed
here.
as fuck.
Yeah, this has been kind of a weird show. I tuned in right as Mary Mac was getting on. I'm slowly learning this Streamlabs thing.
Oh, yeah. So,
Yeah, man.
what's your tip for tonight? You got any sweet tips?
I got a couple, man. I got a couple things I want to talk about. The first one is how to travel safely in this new world, right?
Okay.
'Cause today was the
Safe
first
travel?
day of the
That seems,
travel
that
ban.
seems real.
Yeah, right. I mean, I went out today. There were still plenty of people out. It didn't look like it was that big of a deal right now.
Well, it's
but,
actually kind of interesting because I've been doing a bunch of research, right?
Yes.
I can't find where anything said in Minnesota, anyways, is legally binding.
Yeah.
Because Walls keeps saying that he's suggesting this order.
Yeah.
But anywhere has he actually committed to a stay-at-home order. So for anybody listening, and I don't know if this is real or not, but it seems like if you get pulled over, you could just tell the cops you're going to the grocery store or the gas station, and they can't do shit.
Well, the thing is that when they get behind you, they can run that plate and they know where that plate lives. So, like, if you're more than, 10 miles away from where that address is, they're going to want to know why.
Right. And so, maybe a lot of this is more focused on profiling people than actually upholding the law.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, that's what all law is based off of. You know, if you're driving a nice car and you're out and about, you're probably not going to get hassled. If you're driving an old POS, odds are someone's going to want to know where the hell you're going.
Sure. So, all right, give us some tips. Safe
well,
travel?
you recommended something that I thought was really smart, which is just keeping your passport and/or a copy of the Constitution in the car.
Is it weird that I always do that? That isn't even Armageddon tips for me. That's just life.
Yeah, but that's actually gotten you out of a situation where a cop wanted to see what was in your pocket and you pulled the Constitution out. It's
well, I have a
not bad thing to
libertarian
keep
bumper
on
sticker
you.
on my car, and so part of the way that I exist is by letting any cop that pulls me over really understand that this is going to be a headache for you.
Yeah, no, and that's the biggest thing.
And I'm not you're probably not going to prove I'm drunk if I am, and I'm going to videotape you. I'm going to show you where I'm legally allowed to. You saw the libertarian sticker. You see a fucking Declaration of Independence. My phone goes on immediately. Here's a great tip for everybody anyways. When you get pulled over by the cop, turn on your camera phone and say, I'm within my legal rights to record this interaction. You are on tape right now.
I actually have a folder in my phone called Cop Repellent, and when I get pulled over, I open that folder and it has all my recording software and shit for them already there.
Yeah. Well, the thing that I like to do too is remind them, even if it's not true, that you are on a live stream. So even if they take the phone, it doesn't matter.
No, it's the first thing that I would recommend too, is to let them know, if you're going to record them, let them know that they can't just destroy the property and get rid of the evidence. The next thing that I have is driving during business hours. So they're not clamping down yet, like we talked about, but if they do, you're least likely to get harassed or pulled over.
Dog, wait, you had an employee pulled over today? Guy was wearing a uniform for work, and the cop was drilling him. Drilling him how? Where do you live abouts? When did this happen?
Yeah, I do want to know more about this. For real, is this in Minnesota? Business card size piece of steel. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean that's.
No, but I think I do want to know more about this guy that got pulled over today. But I think if you're driving,
you keep talking about what you're talking about, though.
Yeah. I think if you're driving around during normal business hours to get stuff done, you're less likely to get harassed. I think after 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, the police are going to be more vigilant about wanting to know who the hell's driving around and why. The other thing that I've started doing, just in case, is that everybody who keeps posting these multi-pass papers, these papers that are supposed to allow you to travel or whatever, I've actually been taking pictures of them in case I had to make forgery copies.
So you're recommending people commit crimes?
Sure, why not? I mean, I'm not saying don't do this, but if you
Is this
had
still the
to,
pedophile clown? I'm confused.
honestly, what you should do is, or what I would do hypothetically, is just have a couple of these around, and if you had to get out of town or travel for any reason and you weren't allowed to, that might be something that would help you out. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm just saying that it's a tip.
He said it
It's
was
a
in
tip that you might wanna-
Chicago City, and he works for a convenience store.
Chicago?
Chicago.
Oh,
Chicago
Chicago
City.
Where the fuck is that at?
Nah, who cares?
Yeah. I can see them doing it in a small town. I could see them pulling people over more in smaller towns and bigger towns.
Oh yeah,
That's
I mean
absolutely
like.
correct. In which case it would be, if you do want to travel around, make sure you have that travel letter on you. And if you
I'm
don't
pretty
have
sure
a
you meant
travel
Chisago
letter,
City.
Chisago.
I think it
Yeah, Chisago City. Yeah. That probably sounds more accurate. The other thing is so in Rhode Island they started like hunting people with New York license plates, right?
Yeah. You were saying that.
Right. So there's going to come a time where if you want to leave the state, you're also going to have to think about how to like switch license plates, how to do all that, So like you have to think about like if you do have to travel, how serious is it going to be? Are you going to be on the run, like you have to get out of the state so bad? Oh,
yeah.
My alarm went off. Hang on one second. All right. I'm making baked potatoes.
Oh, are you? Funny how making baked potatoes wasn't one of your tips.
We got potato tips for next week, Corey Adam. Don't interact with strangers. And then the other thing is try and remember if you do have to travel, try and figure out ways to stay off major highways, right? Try and look at MapQuest or Google Maps. Try and look at like road maps if you can, and find ways to get around that aren't going to be on major roadways because that's going to be where most of the patrols are, And so staying off of the main roads and out of the main eye of like law enforcement is going to be, a pretty handy way to get anywhere. And then the next thing, sorry, multitasking.
Yeah, no, you're really putting a lot of care into this.
I wrote a bunch for this today. What to do if riots break out? We were talking about this before about how we don't really see there being riots in Minnesota necessarily, but there are going to be places in this country for sure that have riots, and how soon or how far those are away are anyone's guess. I think it's all dependent on how soon the money gets here.
My boss checked with CSPD and the county sheriff's office. We do not need a letter of proof of why we're out. Yeah, no, I know. That's what I was saying. Is that this? But here's the thing. That doesn't mean that any of that changes on Monday.
Yes, and that's why they're issuing them.
Right.
Because eventually there will become a time when absolutely they could do that. And so
rioting. Though. You were talking about rioting.
Oh yeah, sorry. Rioting. This is a big one. Everyone thinks that like if a big riot breaks out, you need to get the hell out of where you are. And I think the most important thing to remember is that if shit hits the fan and things go crazy, hunker down for as long as possible. Because the people
it's, Walking Dead rules, man. Classic zombie trope.
Yes.
If shit goes wrong, if shit absolutely goes wrong, it's easier to protect your homestead and wait for that initial week of craziness at home. Because then you have all the quarters, whereas like the people that are fleeing, the people that are out panicking, those are going to be the danger.
Right. Well, because you can't control that situation. If you're at home, if you can bar up the doors, if you can cover some of those windows, if you can stay off the main floor, you're going to be way safer than if you try and just go out and make the best of it. Looting in a pandemic, in a pandemic, like looting right now would be really dumb because the coronavirus is so rampant, right now, that you're probably going to get sick if looting happens and you participate, or people around you. I just think that looting right now in a pandemic is really dumb, especially going on right now. If you can bar your front door, make sure you have weapons all around your house. I think this is a big one too. Like a lot of people will just have like a cache of like, oh, here's where I keep everything, and if shit goes down, I got to get to this room. Like, if you can have things distributed throughout your house by the entryways, in places where you would know where they're at, but maybe someone breaking into your house won't necessarily walk in and see them right away. You want to have something by the ready, so if something catches you off guard, you don't have to run somewhere and try and remember what you did with all your weapons.
Right.
Make sure all your outside lights are working. I think that's a big one too. If you have motion lights on your garage or something that can light up things really well at night, that's going to discourage people more so than if everything's dark outside. You know, you want to give people a reason not to fuck with your shit.
Sure.
And the other thing is, I mean, and this one's pretty much a no-brainer, but make sure all your guns are clean or in working order. You know, if you have a few firearms, it's probably not a bad idea right now to take them apart, get refamiliarized with them, oil them, make sure that they're going to work when you need them to. Let me see. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I got for you for tonight, man.
Yeah, I think that's solid advice. I mean, I really like the aspect of making sure everything is operational. You know, like I don't know about the outside lights though. Like, I mean, I don't know. Get your killing done in the cover of darkness. I always say.
No, well, here's the deal. All the lights that I have directly on my house are off, but like all of my motion lights on the garage are absolutely on, so that my target will be lit from the back.
Sure.
If that makes sense. So I can shut all the lights off here in the house, and they won't see whatever the hell I'm firing at.
Sure. Well, all right. Sounds like you're ready for absolute bloodshed.
If you see a spotlight on your back, you're already fucked.
Well, on that note, I'm going to go. Also, kill that clown, huh? I fucking hate that guy.
Hey, man, he lives in all of us.
He doesn't. Honk, honk. Goodbye. I'm leaving now.
Yeah, good luck.
That's Stephen Tovar. I hung up on him, but he was saying something else. Let's see what else he was going to say.
You hung up on me.
I just wanted you to know I was also hanging up on the clown. There. All right. That's Stephen Tovar. Don't forget to check him out. Tovarius 79 on here, I think it is, or something like that, right? Let's check it. It is Tavares_79. He's in the chat room. He's been doing live streams, so don't forget to do that. Let's get caught up on some of the Twitch chat before we peace out for this whole thing here. We've got, let's see here. I had a Bill of Rights etched on a business card. Yeah, no, Bill of Rights is huge. Says kind of boss. Yep, okay. Michigan workers need essential workers letters to be at work. Well, that's not Minnesota. That's Michigan. The sheriff stopped my wife's real estate office last week to make sure the person was supposed to work there. Yeah, that makes sense. Nazi America? Not yet. Not yet. Mikey says, I just keister my guns. Always there when I need them. Killbox. Dave says, that just makes me think of those dudes that shoot their groins with the guns in their waistbands. Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, it's a fair thing to think about. I don't know. So, yeah, we're coming up on time here. We had a lot of fun today. We did a lot of stuff. We got a lot of things accomplished. Got off to a little bit of a rocky start with that audio glitch, but I think we were able to fix it, genuinely speaking. I think that overall everybody felt like they were being represented, right? I mean, like, I feel like everybody got to hear. So, yeah, I mean, we had a lot of fun stuff. Summarizing everything else, I'm just trying to find yeah, here we go. So, all right. Let's get that all caught up. Perfect. Okay. We're back. Hey, guys, what's up? Petrie says, what are the chances that something big happens between us and China? I mean, it could be big. Could not be, too. It's interesting. I mean, there's a lot of... With China and us, we both kind of depend on each other, so that's huge. Good recover. Thank you. Mikey, 1 bit. Thank you. Get the bits back on. I'm going to leave them on when the callers aren't there. When the callers are on, it actually logged out the audio a little bit, so even though it was fun and the hype train was great, we gotta watch what we're doing. And, yeah. China and us, I think... The main thing with China and us is just looking at how fragile all of their economies are, right? I mean, we got some fragile economies going on with China and us, so, you know, it's whatever, man. I'm looking at the, I'll show you guys. I'm giving a look over to our little, whoops, that's Tovar. This guy. Our little coronavirus chart. All right. They're worldwide. All right. Total deaths. Look at that spike upward. Woohoo. We had 172 new cases today. We had 6 new deaths today, which is down. There were only 23 deaths in the world, but there were 662 new cases, so that's hard. We can also look over at the Johns Hopkins, which is a live update. Notice how China has slipped to 3rd because they're not really reporting their numbers, if we're being honest. 672 deaths in New York City. That's crazy. Yeah, Mikey, we know. Corona. Is that true? Russia still? Yeah. Well, I don't know. Isn't that Russia right there? No, they have cases. Russia has 1,264 cases, 4 deaths, 49 recovered. That's Russia, bro. Let's see what the coronavirus chart over here says about Russia. Too long, didn't read, don't care. Got off it. Here's some crazy pro wrestling shit that Alex Jaffe showed me. These motherfuckers are wrestling each other with fans. Like, check that out. Are you kidding me right now? It's crazy. I'm gonna mute this volume because who gives a shit. But yeah, they're throwing each other in chairs and shit. This is one of my favorites. Look at this. Check out this sweet bump right here. What the fuck, right? And this is one of the craziest fights I've ever seen. I'm gonna pop you right there. This is just crazy. Alex Jaffe, who we had on yesterday, he is like this authority on professional wrestling, and he shows me some of the craziest shit ever. I mean, this is Madman Pondo versus Cocaine MV. Really crazy shit. But it starts out with like fucking, look at those box fans, man. Look at those things. Look at those goddamn box fans. Like, where's the... Yeah, watch this shit. Miss it. Ready? Oh, that is an on fan with no safety. Like, they are just cutting each other on fans. Taking bumps. Look at that. Yeah, that's right. You better get fucking bits for that. That shit's crazy. Look at all that blood. Then you got a wheelchair? Fuck yeah. And this is where it gets crazy. Like, you tell me how you fake a power bomb on that fan. Look at that surface. Didn't even give up. I mean, this shit's just ridiculous. So there's the link. You can go take a look at that if you want. Otherwise, yeah, talk about brain damage, right? I mean, it's crazy. Like the hardcore stuff that's coming out now. It's these people are basically just killing each other and fucking rocking it. So yeah, thanks to everybody today. It was a really good show that started out crazy. So you know, that's super awesome. Really huge shout out to Cheeseburger Pie, gifting subscriptions like it ain't no thing. That's super awesome. Shout out to Otsu16 for being the latest subscriber. That's super cool. Shout out to everybody that gave bits. Shout out to shouting it out. I mean, that's pretty cool, right? Where is the... Whoop. There it is. All right, we're all queued up there. Getting a little queued up over here. I just, you know, I want everybody here to know that I really appreciate you guys coming in, spending the night with me. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, thank you. And don't forget to go to, where'd it go? Where'd it go? God damn it, where did it go? There it is. There it is. Hold on. Nope. There we go. All right. Game stream time. Yes, I will game stream tonight. I know I keep saying I'm going to, but I will actually do a little bit more tonight. Thanks everybody for watching. It really means a lot to me. Sorry that the audio was so fucked up at the beginning. I did my best. Don't forget that we do this every night from Friday through Tuesday, 7:30 to whenever. I appreciate it so much. I'm just waiting for the Coliseum to open up and have some Tigers versus pretty. Yeah, hey, I'd fucking watch. I would watch Gladiator Combat. I mean, I think like a fight to the death from two people dying of COVID could be entertaining. Like a respirator match. Both people have COVID and only one person gets a respirator. Now get out there and do some off the top rope shit. Get it. But yeah, other than that, Corey Adam Comedy at Venmo. Please give. Everything you give helps. Thank you for the bits. Thank you to the subscribers. Thanks everybody for listening. You guys have been awesome. We're just going to go over here to the end or the start, I guess. It's not really the start, but I don't think I gave the end screen much love. Let's see. What do you guys think actually here while I fix this? What do you guys think of the new stuff? Like, what do you think of the that? People that have been here and been watching the backgrounds move and everything. What do you think? Just helping you here. Yes, there we go. We can go to this. Yeah, the new theme's all right. Less white. You guys were saying, you guys were bitching about the white. You said the white sucked, so I'm trying to fix that, man. I'm trying to do a million things at once. I'm just trying to learn, you know. That's the whole problem with all this, is that I've got a bunch of shit that I'm kind of learning on the fly here. See, like I'm even building this out right now. There we go. See, look at that. Stream's ending. We're doing good. You like this better than the other ones? Yeah. Colors are much better in dark mode. Yeah, I agree. I mean, somebody says gay. Okay, well, whatever. It's alright. All right. Keeps getting better. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've been working on it a lot. Like, I've been working on it a lot, and we will see what else we can do. I think that other one was just a little bit too white for people. I even dimmed this, so there's not as much glare coming off my forehead. So, you know, hopefully that all helps. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for listening. Yeah, well, I mean, I have to thank you. I appreciate that you think I've come a long way and it's impressive how much work. I mean, I have to put in all this work. Otherwise, it just doesn't work, you know? I mean, it's not like Steel Toe where, you know, Aaron can do, because I know Aaron's this joke and we like to laugh, but he's so good at what he does. Like, he's a very good first mic, so he knows what he's doing on a level that I don't, so I'm just trying. It's too white? It's still too white? Okay. Okay. Sorry, Cheeseburger Pie. I'll try to do what I can. You guys have been awesome. Check that out. We can go over to here now. Thank you guys all for listening. I don't like how off-centered that is. We're going to just fix that right now. There we go. And let's see if we can expand this a little bit more. Keep trying to say goodbye, but there's keep being stuff I want to fix. There, that'll work. Actually, I don't like that. I like it a little bit more. There we go. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Like it a lot. Thank you guys so much. I will see you tomorrow at 7:30. We do this Friday through Tuesday. Super awesome. You guys have been awesome. Have a great night.
To our town, a microphone above his hip. He suffered fools and he never took no lip. And after serial libertarian, then he came to talk some shit, he said.
Catch you next time as well. Thanks for watching.